Oh yeah, this is our podcast.
Go smoke the shit.
Well, thank you.
Model that.
Thank you. We're live now. Yeah, thank you.
Why are you trying to act normal? Because we got a guest.
Because let's be on our best behavior today.
Why? You're supposed to be your true self. Yes.
Like you.
Like George.
Like you kind of golf club.
Insta Vlog Naija. Everybody go check out Insta Vlog Naija.
Once you guys cast me.
More of blue.
Hi, man. Welcome to a special edition of the Allstars podcast. It's a full gang in the house. AOT2.
Literally.
Steve.
Just.
What's popping?
Yeah.
Hey.
Bad girl move.
Yeah, and we have Alaye Jojo.
No, nigga.
One more Joe.
Salaye Jojo. Exactly.
Say it like, bro, to be Yoruba boy now. Alaye Jojo.
Sorry.
Try him now.
Wait. Odwan Johnson. Alaye Jojo.
I say
Wait. Jessica, say it.
Okay,
Pitching is hard.
Relax.
Okay.
Please, Alaye Jojo.
Alaye Jojo.
She got it. She's trying to learn how to speak pidgin.
You want to learn how to speak pidgin?
So every episode.
Just roll with pidgin guys now.
See what we
Not
do
birds.
after the interview. We'll use 5 minutes. Maybe chop them in pidgin.
No, they know the chop pidgin. They know the chop for pidgin means say food day.
Maybe
More align, more relate.
Oh yeah.
Very young.
That kind of nothing is up. We still there, so you learn them.
You done found some nigga that's down for the cause.
Blah, blah, yeah.
my own co-host.
Yeah,
They don't even support my desire.
This one can't even speak English.
Exactly. That's why I keep trying to
She
tell
doesn't
her.
try to speak
She doesn't
Pidgin.
try to
I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn.
This
So
nigga's
these
rude.
two people, they don't support my
I know they
effort.
speak calm.
It's not that we don't support, but
They won't sell you, so they don't need me. You know I don't want to sell you, but me I no care about them, so I feel help you, so they don't feel sell you.
My God, you're my knuckles.
You see how they've washed you. They have washed Jessica.
I said the bad number going very.
up to that. I am Vectors in the building.
Wait, guys, y'all gotta shout out my drip. I came like
Did they pay us?
I came like a.
Is this a brand?
No, I'm not talking about the.
To think you're fighting Keke Napep, did
You're fighting
did you respect your
Okay,
dream?
so Vector is going to expose me, so let me just expose myself. Right before we got to this podcast, a Keke Napep decided to scratch the whole side, like literally, it is a long ass line. And obviously, I look like a cool person. I look like, I just came back from the abroad. I said, for like, grab my golf club. Yes. I parked my car in the middle of the road. The Keke Napep tried to drive off. I held him. I said, where are you going? He was trying to drive.
So, what hand did you use to hold the golf club after?
I used my right hand, then I used the left hand.
But you had your phone in your hand. You called me to like.
Okay, I don't know. I should have
It's not anything. That's boss.
I figured out. You know you have a mic on, so they
Can't be this free.
Yes. I just tell me 30, they don't catch you.
Oh,
This story, you be guru. How many are the tail golf for?
I like this guy.
But no verse. More
Anyways,
is to my mo.
I came here.
Super mo, drip me.
I know. I watched
Keke
too
Napep, Daddy
much.
Chris. So you fresh.
I watched too much Top Boy this past week, so you know.
You're a top girl.
Alright, fam.
Uru Makpai.
Uniform.
Oh, in it, fam. What you saying, fam?
Oh.
You got
You got my food?
You got my food? Hey, just don't leave me on the beat.
Steve,
Phil, no shout outs.
No shout-outs, no peanuts.
are you repping Canada in the Olympics or something? I don't get it.
Wow, only can you only fear of God the word they bear roll on. You hear me
Like Canadian, like.
I should give you this thing, it's Canada. This is the closest you get to Canada.
No, God forbid. No. I reject that in Jesus' name. Reject it. Don't do that.
I'm joking. Oh my God.
Don't do that.
Someone to tell the lie.
What? You need to cast and bind.
Money was
That
Steve Zero.
You
know I'm joking now.
You know that's
I'll even be your second wife to give you papers. I'm joking.
What?
Mr. Dede listens to this podcast.
Denzel, she means no harm.
No harm, Mrs. Dede. I come in peace and all pieces. All right. So.
Alright, man. Yeah, we have Vector here.
Vector.
Man of the hour.
past
The hottest guy right now.
3 weeks.
I like Jojo.
Let's just say a month. Let's give him a month. You know.
How have you been? How are you? Let me start with that.
I'm still 6'4".
Is it gonna be that type of interview?
Let me know.
Let me know.
I'm still dark skinned.
Yeah.
How is your mental health?
Never been better.
Fantastic.
Even though it is a mess. All of us in Nigeria, I know our mental health is a mess. Don't worry yourself. You know, fit tell me say they lie.
No,
You just force kakara.
That's facts, man. That's facts.
Like you dressed up, you did makeup, everything. You need vape. But the back can
The guy in the golf club.
That's facts.
That's mental. That's mental. That's
Yeah.
mental.
That's
That's
it's
mental.
Nigeria that taught me to
Yes,
Yes.
Baba,
that's
don't
what
worry.
it
The only
is.
thing was that being a national fan is being a Nigerian. There's a national fan.
No, it's not Arsenal.
That year.
Manchester
That
United
year,
fan.
that year.
Oh, now it's Man U. Yes.
Yes, because now I'm supporting the female team of Manchester United.
Hey.
Don't use the
bad.
word female anymore.
Wow.
Women team, sorry. It's that bad because they play better than the men.
Oh, we can't say female anymore.
No, you can't say that.
So what do you say?
Women.
It's women.
Doesn't that mean we men as well?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So they don't want to fight that as well? Because if there's male and female, there's men and women. So what would you rather be called?
Bro, we don't make the rules. They come up with it every day. And
know.
everything they say, we are.
I was even asking this question, like, so if feminism wants a lot of feminist representations of things in life,
Jessica.
right?
Yeah.
I found out saying I'll stop to the worship Jesus, mean I worship Mary now.
It's to get to that point though. Like
As
the
in-
more people get rebellious,
Because they say Jesus was just basically mansplaining, so that it was Mary that was behind all that.
So that kind of level now, so
Yeah.
that's how does that mean?
It's cool. It's cool.
Let's get to the topic. Alright, man.
My Catholic friends will hate me for this.
I'm even looking at you, little funny.
I was
now.
about
But
to
you're
say,
Catholic
she
now.
said she liked
But
you, but
he's
now
a
she
legit
could be
point,
side
sir.
eyes
He's
and
going to get to that
shit.
point.
Let's get to that point.
Let's
See,
get to
for
that
pidgin English, and they know they feel lie like that. You guys, they yarn your
Facts.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I get.
No verse. You guys, if I be idiot, tell me say I be idiot. If you go funny for pidgin, for English, if you be like say, yeah, the verse.
How if you call you idiot in
You dey
pidgin?
mad.
Idiot, na idiot for pidgin now. Or if you want add
I
Igbo
need-
swag, na idiot.
Oh, did you know I was Igbo?
Hey, yo.
No.
You know I'm Igbo now.
Oh, okay.
I'm Igbo.
Okay.
So you know.
That
yeah,
Igbo,
the Igbo.
No, no worry yourself. This Igbo, yes. You don't see, if this is Igbo,
Yeah. We're good. We're good.
Kedu. You don't
Hey,
see.
you people should not kill
See
me.
better. What do you call that thing again? What do you say? Ofe Sala. Is that white soup, Abi?
I don't know.
You are from the diaspora. Yeah, you are closer to the white, you know.
That was my
I like this interview. They're giving just a.
Yeah, give her.
Accolades.
Yeah. Alright, so
Yeah.
Vector, how has it been, navigating this whole, how will I put it, soap opera?
That's a good terminology.
Yeah.
Um,
The bass goes,
it means nothing.
there's nothing for you.
Bro, say, the height that this will be is more women, more money, more noise.
Yeah, I
More
guess.
women.
I guess it's safe to say been there, done that.
It's a good thing to add to your resume, though.
Add what to my resume?
You did that? Like you're a rapper, like you're battle tested now, so everybody should relax.
I came from the battle. It's not this one that is certified. Before I was this, I'm no longer a beast.
Yeah.
Guy before. But when there's that everything, punchline of Jabumo. The minister is an idiot, by the way. When Makanaki don't tell me say punchline of Jabumo. No, but yeah, you start to stay away from violent thinking, because then in the battlefield you're very, very centered around thinking violently.
Yeah.
And some of us were born with some aggressive demons. So I can't dwell so much in that. I am a very, very blackout type of person. So it's
safe for everyone if you just back out now and move
yeah,
on.
now like you kind of like just keep the beast inside and not let it out, because you are very sure that this beast will damage more than it will repair.
Yeah.
Funny you say that, because when I listened to Judas the Rat,
Yeah.
I felt that you were making the blows, but you were not giving the,
Yeah, you're
the
holding
knockout.
You're
Yeah.
holding that
I felt you
lots.
were like,
Yeah,
no.
you were holding
Yeah, I was holding the beast back.
Yeah.
For real. But why? Because, the MI came out with what he believes was the best, and you decided to chill?
Because I knew they were lies, so it didn't make any sense now. Like, do I have to prove to people that no stay my girlfriend's BQ? My girlfriend doesn't have a BQ, sir.
Yeah.
That's how I
Clear
see
that
it.
up. Okay.
You know, so I didn't feel I needed to come and
Yeah,
say,
to go on.
I don't live in
Put that there on Instagram.
I don't live in the BQ. That's wrong. I knew what I was going to do with the Michael reference about me deserting people who went to jail with me.
Yeah.
I never been to jail, by the way.
Okay, so you never sat.
Yeah, it was a police holding cell.
Okay.
And the last time I checked, we were being set up by someone, and I walked into the situation because I knew if they had taken Michael, he probably would be found in the east.
Yeah.
So I walked into that situation. But then, excuse me, let me not take full glory about this. He first of all volunteered to go and make sure that wasn't a setup. And the moment I saw that the matter done the long, I just left. I just went in the barracks. I just walked with the guys. They were going to shut the gates. And I was asking the officers, did you report in the nearest station here before you're making this arrest? Because that's the law. But then I knew that it was going to be very, very messy because by the time they locked that gate and boys begin enter, it go turn to me versus Nigerian police. And my dad taught me better, so I just followed Mike and we went to First Act Police Station. So when I heard those type of things, I'm like, what point is there to make with this? Especially when me and Michael just shared a little bit over 10M profit with events planners a few weeks ago. It doesn't make sense. Plus, we don't call him Michael. I was confused legit because we know him as Giddy. Yeah. So even you know, do you know him as Michael?
No.
Exactly. People who know him as Giddy. So when you hear all those type of things, I didn't feel any pressure or tension about anything. Like, bro, I don't accept my life honestly now.
Is there anything he said in the diss track that was true?
I didn't listen too well to know. Because when I was just saying everything that thing was going on, there was a lot of, okay, yeah, my name, Lanre.
He called you. Why?
And to be honest with you, like, I learned how to say my name in a sexy way now. Like, yeah, and add my own personal voice effects too, since that's what we're doing. So like, hi, I'm Lanre. I'm Lanre.
Nice to meet you, Larry.
Hey, oh, that you share. Thanks,
He's walking.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a mistake to bring in Jesse Jack and AQ, like considering that AQ now came? I felt you, using football terms, you came back with a fantastic screamer. Then AQ just came from nowhere and just dropped a header on everybody.
The only person I owe any form of attention or conversation about this would be Jesse.
Yeah.
But then again, I legit have love for Jesse. But this guy is a liar though. Like, as in guy, let's just leave Jesse conversation out of this because legitimately he's a cool guy. He's a very chilled person. We've had freestyle sessions. We've attempted to make an EP together. I know exactly what my experiences are. So if you would call me a traitor to my family, excuse me, you better be sure what you're saying. At least better be sure you're not one.
I got you.
So it wasn't more of Jesse. It was more of, homeboy, what are you saying? Like you're out here telling, and if ultimately I felt like he was attempting character assassination. He wasn't coming at me lyrically. He was selling ideas.
I was painting a picture.
You interviewed him before now.
Yeah.
And you asked him.
A year from now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And
2
you
years
asked
ago.
him,
2 years
why
ago.
haven't you worked with Vector? Right. I don't remember verbatim how that went, but I think he was like, oh, I don't know why we haven't worked, and I'm the guy that will work with anybody, and I'm very available for work and everything. And I would have let that go. Like, okay. But then again, that makes it seem as though I'm a difficult person. Plus, my personality is very chilled.
Yeah.
So a lot of people misconcept who I am for cocky or like, yeah, pretty much rude. But then again, those Nigerians, they greeted us, they talk rubbish. Like, me person won't follow you do deal. Now me the thought say, okay, I want you to come to my show. I'll give you exposure. If for naked me now. Like, so when you see those type of dumb conversations that people have in Nigeria and you're like, I'm not part of that, like, you can be in a serious conversation. One babe, super famous, will just say, so guys, what do you guys think about the color pink? We're talking about mental awareness, like mental health. What are you saying? Like, because she couldn't fit into the conversation. So I've learned to just, like, this is you, this is me, but in between is China and Berlin. Maybe the walls of Benin too. Like, I do not want to deal with you. It's not helping me. This is the same mentality that has killed Nigeria, like, collectively, generally, because we don't help each other. We just always want to come and flaunt what we have on each other, what we have, this. So all those things, I'm not about that. So when you're starting to make people feel like this is who I am because I don't know how to relate with too many people, I have a problem with that. So when I heard your diss record and you started to say things that looked like, it wasn't you lyrically showing me or trying to show that you could rap. It was you trying to say, everybody, I know this guy and this is the type of person he is. Yeah. That's not high school stuff. That is character assassination. Most people, dude, my cousins were getting calls from people saying, now you am I to talk about? And Kes just lost his wife too. So they were calling Kes and saying, oh, because we know you used to do stuff with Vector. And I'm like, yo, what happened between me and Kes? Kes got a better offer in Abuja. And I was like, guy, take this offer. I can't promise you this money right now, but you know we're still starting, so go. Like, so he's calling me, family members are calling me like, are you the cousin? Are you the cousin? I know Nigerians can be very gullible with their stupidity too. Just by calling everybody that has an Ogomefu in their name or that is related to me or that they know. So is you Vector? Yes. Are you his cousin? Yes. Is it you they're talking about? Like, so at that point, I was like, what would his goal be? This is not you trying to be better than I am lyrically. This is you trying to paint a picture of something that I'm not. I don't live in me. To go to my girlfriend's house and the hardest thing. My mama raised me like say, oh my God, like my mom raised us on that. You can't just go and be sleeping in people's houses anyhow, their homes anyhow. You don't know what is under their bed. You don't know what's under their mattresses. Like, people are funny, although my mom is very, very drama queen. But like, I grew up on that. I cannot deny the effect of that. Like, I've always been there. So how am I staying in a girl's house? How am I the guy that is abandoning his own cousin who used to be his own manager? Like, that made me look like a very, very bad person. So I was like, since we're not doing lyricism,
let's go.
And it's truth. I got facts with receipts.
It worked though.
So, like you said, it worked. So when you dropped the record, the funny thing I noticed on my timeline was that this anti-MI sentiment started rising, and people started tweeting against MI. That this. Is that what you anticipated? That your song would just be like lead to that sentiment? Okay,
this is me being very honest. The first time The Purge dropped, I got too many calls that had me thinking, why not tell him? Like, Baba don't offend plenty people.
Oh, listen, sorry.
Baba just in this case is MI.
Sorry to cut you short. So there's this sentiment, like, we all know that, like, MI has, especially in the rap game, has a lot of, like, people don't really like him. But we kind of, like, put it like, he's the guy on the top.
It's not in the rap game, I'm telling you.
Okay.
A lot of people had a lot to say. And it wasn't even them hitting me up on some, use this against him. If it was that, Jesus is Lord. Right? But I respected them. They all came out and said, but in my own head, I'm like, if you tell her now, you know if you beat all of you now. I mean, I tell him in her mind now. So that tweet you saw must have been, and of course, there was an era in Nigeria whereby you could actually stop somebody's blow. There was.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Yeah, it's no longer that anymore. Like, look at this rat now. I just came up. How many years ago? She's already a celebrity.
They can try.
I'm not a celebrity.
Nisuri Watofi's wig, she shaku. Like, people started to come out and say their minds, maybe because they needed that catalyst.
Or they needed someone to bail the cat.
Well, at least. So that was people going, hey, instead of like a man of God that is known to rape, plenty other people will come out. And I'm also very open to whatever comes out. Like, I know this is how life is.
Yeah.
The energy you put out, you're attracted to. Am I expecting people to do something along these lines? Yeah. It best be true, Sha. So that it can help me free myself of my demons. And I say like, yes, I did it. And I don't mean to do it. Like, that's what life is about. You don't have to argue or claim who you are not. That's one thing in our industry that leads into people who fucking go and wear native and become politicians and be that same asshole on the seat. But because you do not know the true character of that person, which is fine. Nobody all of us character they know, but don't now be trying to judge somebody else when you said no, say you did have kill leg, you get you have bow leg, you did get kill leg, maybe say if the waka would they say yes, come in, based on say they knock. So that was what that was. It wasn't anything. It's like, yo, if you're gonna put me through this, because it was crazy. My family was getting calls. Like, yeah, how far? I had to switch off my phone at a point. Like, you guys, are you serious? Like, everybody was calling me. Like, yo, we're getting this call, blah, 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 blah. I'm seeing merch, right?
Yeah.
I'm seeing...
Is it tour?
Yeah,
But,
so,
yeah,
extremities. That was extreme. I'm referencing my father, my kid. Oh, cool. We good with this?
True. I get it.
So so basically, just went. There's some points he went out of line. MI went out of line on his own.
I don't need to tell you that one. Now. You don't say he went out. You, as you you know, say O'Shea went out of line. But if you know me from Unilag, like you said, you know he's just awoken a beast.
I have a question. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I think...
Kedu.
Odimo.
I just want to remind you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I represent, I guess, a part of you know, Nigerian culture. That Nigerian culture was like secondhand to me because I was born in America and then I moved back. So I knew of you when I was living in America, but I think this is the first time where like I really know of you because this beef kind of resurged, you know, vector, MI, everything, right? So now even people in the diaspora, people that don't live in Nigeria, like because of social media, people outside of Nigeria know this beef. So I think my question is, right, because I'm seeing you guys discuss about, what MI said is out of line. This is character assassination. This, you know, went too far. But the thing about beef, right, and maybe this is my exposure to beef in American, you know, hip hop and rap, right?
Nobody's off limits.
Nothing's off limits, right?
It's
like,
funny, Casanova said this.
When you incite, you know, anger or, you know, sentiment, just like you said, he dropped that track and then anti-MI sentiment came about, right? You're opening Pandora's box, right?
Of course.
And nobody can control anything. Is literally off limits, right?
Of course.
So when I was gauging the beef, and I would see people say, "Oh, that's disrespectful. How dare he say that?" Like there was a lot of like respect, like people being mad at the lack of respect happening. And in my mind, I'm like, but you can't control what happens when you say what you say. Like you can't control if, you know, you attack somebody. You can't control how they attack you back, right? So I think my question to you is why is it that the fact that he did say some things that are low blows, why is it necessarily a bad thing when it's in it's in music culture, right? Two,
it's in human culture.
I pray that this thing's not going to result to like physical violence, right? Like we're just keeping this in the ring of music. So why is it necessarily a bad thing that he, you know, that he took low blows or, you know, jabs?
Can I be honest with you?
Go ahead.
I don't care.
Okay.
Like I've gauged culture and tradition and a lot of things are like nah for me.
Facts.
But you have to understand that the land that we're on right now deals heavily on respect, especially with like the Yoruba culture that I'm very conversant with. People hold respect in high esteem.
Facts.
But I don't think people hold respecting yourself in high esteem. Like you hold me saying, "Sir," all right? But you know, respect yourself. So I'm very, very, very aware of the battle situation in the world. I'm very, very aware. Like, guy, you know, understand which one say the fight war. You can't say, your AK-7 too big. Go now. Let peace to me. I get to AK-47. What did they do now? What we did now? Which say, AK-47. You peace to. Now, me say, bring peace to come.
Whatever you have.
I know that. I know what that is. So I'm not with the crowd that is saying, "Oh, something is disrespectful." Like I don't care what anybody says to me. Like, it's the game. just try and make sure that if you're going to, there are some people that even when you hit them below the belt, it hits them in the face. Right.
Wait,
so
is that a height joke? Is that a height joke? Is that where we're going? Okay.
Well,
okay.
So if you will hit me with certain facts, I'm a huge fan of the Malcolm X principle. I like peace, but I do not mind war. I will speak with you, but if you attack me, I will respond. And there will be no yardstick of evaluations as to how strong I am over you, because you knew that before you attacked me. You could have at least gauged. So I'm not with that school of thoughts. Like, you disrespect yourself, you get disrespected. That's it.
So if Emma had come at you with like factual thing, it would have been a different story.
Yes, no, like at least I mean, it would have made me feel like, okay, yeah, so your demons are finally out. Because you see, all of us here, we have one or two things that we can't say out in public. But if it goes out there, you are low-key one kind saying afterwards, thank God this is already out here, because you're holding that alone and you don't know how people will feel. But now once you hear it, you know that you can't die. Right? So if I had gotten some facts or whatever that was that I said, okay, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Was the line that says all this noise came from getting a feature? Was that a fact?
That's a lie now. Like, what I'm saying here is, why are you believing a liar? Like, why is it okay for the successful artist in Nigeria to be the guy that has the big cars or the big house or the jewelry? Why is it only okay for that to be that? Why can't it be something else?
Because we're a materialistic society and we gauge that off.
Isn't that the foundation upon which our demise is built? Yep. Classic did that, and I'm so happy after that he got like a Pepsi endorsement up north. Fire, right? If I was being petty, I'll release the last track I sent to M to do a feature on to see whether I needed his verse. I'll let you listen. But then you do things just for the culture, because guy, as I come out here, I feel die now. So what would be the reason why I haven't done a feature with almost like, dude, if I featured Mode 9, Rugged Man,
everybody's
Ace
everybody.
MCs. Like, we should be able to, let's stop all this, now me get them. Nobody you get them, no worry yourself. I'm the king. Shut the fuck up. Nobody is the king. Like, you're just a talented human being that's doing your thing. Like, you might as well just make that a point so that people that are coming up don't get it twisted. It's not about the kingship of lyricism. We are in Nigeria. Nigeria is super... Any other word that quantifies what it is in your head. But I know say they're right inside your head. Like, why can't we try to make that happen? Why can't we try to awaken people? I'm talking on some level where you understand that guy. Don't you understand? I spell Yoruba in English alphabets. We are fucked. Why am I solely to focus on me being the top guy? Nobody's forever the top guy. Jay-Z is the top rich rapper guy now, but if it's by bar for bar, everything, that guys like dudes will always come out. So you take yourself, put yourself somewhere and be that. Like, why must it be like we're fighting over feature? Like, dude, like me and Mode 9 don't do 2 records.
Sorry, Jess, before you ask the question, speaking of facts, I just want to know, there's a line in Judas the Rat that...
I think I know this line, and God will punish you if it's the line.
God cannot punish you
if it's the line.
You advertised your ass a lot.
I knew that was
went
what
to
he was
Abuja
going
a
to
lot
ask me.
and came back with more money. Let that story be that. Is that fact or fiction? Just choose between the two options.
What if I don't want to answer your question?
It's free, but
Guy's pleading the fifth.
I could plead the fifth
But you said it in
5
the
times.
You said the diss tracks. Anything?
See, I'll take it as true until...
No, see that's just my observation about the situation.
Okay, it's your opinion.
Yeah, that's my observation about the situation.
That's a political answer, but we'll take that.
You see this?
I might be first to be political with you. You know nothing to do.
Go ahead.
So Emma painted this line about you being jealous from his status, but you
and brought your whole genealogy into it, future genealogy.
We all know how you came up, like the prospect and how, like, Like when Vector came on the scene, like everybody
everybody knew
Vector is
Vector
like
came.
somebody's here.
Yeah.
You know.
Pause.
And did you think I came on the scene from being jealous?
No.
No.
Just working hard and just being
Yeah.
dope, you know.
That's CR7
Bruh.
factor, eh?
It's safe for me to say like you didn't hit like the peak, like the top.
I don't think I've hit the peak yet.
Yeah, exactly. Is that something that you think about? Like, I'm not saying that you're jealous of MI's success, but do you think you should have had it with your talent and the prospect that you had at the time?
I don't deceive myself. I know exactly why this conversation is being had. But then again, that was a liberation moment for me as well. Like, bruh, I'm very aware where I'm at in my head. I'm trying to teach people that don't know that it's okay to aspire to be better, but always remember that where you are is also good, because you can only get where you want to be from where you are. I know where I am.
That's facts. That's dope.
You see the anxiety and depression that comes from all these things when you start to lie to yourself.
Yeah.
And you start to go and buy fake chain and all these things, or fake Rolex and everything.
Fake Rolex plenty for this industry.
Yeah. Now they talk say, person will buy fake Rolex with the price of original G-Shock go saying get plan. Like, I don't, and I'll be honest with you, I was in that state of mind before. I was like, no, they got steak now. Yeah. But I just really, like me, if I wear gold chain now, my neck go dey hot. Like, I react to it. But silver, I'm good. Yeah. Well, so much for being a werewolf. But it's never, when I was younger, I wanted to be the illest rapper, the number one guy killing everybody. But when you go court for 1 full year, you realize, say, being the number one rapper is zero compared to the reality that you're in. And I'm more about that now. But guess what? More money is still going to come in.
Yeah.
Just name it, man.
All right, I have a question.
That's not a prayer, it's a fact.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm pushing my own prayer. I'm pushing.
Yeah, they just said it.
You can still say
We're supporting it.
Thank you very much, my brethren.
Yes.
Offering.
That one hard.
Offering. See the baskets now.
Your pocket.
You want this to rule. Why are you acting in reverse? Which one is choking and removing? You put.
All right, so yes.
What's the injury here?
Oh, dang, he got you.
You know, I didn't know that Americans knew this gem momo.
What? They be doing that thing crazy.
Somebody told me in ATL. I did it. I was like, oh, he got you. I was like, guy, you know the maddest thing? The guy can't give me the gem momo because I didn't think American could do it. Yeah. So I look at him with my whole soul. The hand echoed the way I say I'm. So more you say?
Yes. What is AQ's exact problem with you? Like,
that would be the question for a therapist. Oh. Okay. I wouldn't know.
Like,
it's easy.
But where did you think he veered off?
Yeah, like he seems so. Like, I don't know him, and I don't. But like he just seems like so angry. Like it seems like maybe you guys were close at some point. No, I'm not going to that. I didn't know AQ until like 3 weeks ago. I'm not. Oh shit, my bad. Oh, okay. I didn't know him until like I came on this like podcast, and then I knew Black Bones and I knew MI, and then I found out about the 100 Crowns thing when I interviewed Black Bones. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was just in this diss track, AQ's diss track, and everybody's diss track that I realized. Everybody's diss track.
You get a diss track. You get a diss track. I get a diss track.
Now you and AQ had some form of like relationship before, and it just seems like they ended on bad terms.
I don't have the answers that you seek.
Okay, so you guys were close at one point.
No. You
guys were never like friends?
See, acquaintances will always be acquaintances.
Especially in the industry, so...
Yes, but in the industry, I'm not with those people who think we are friends because we're acquaintances. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that. But...
Did you guys work together?
Yeah,
they did. They have 2 records together.
Have 2 records together.
Yeah, they have 2 records together.
Me.
Okay, so you guys were never friends?
Nah, but like being any brand that I'm bigger than and that I'm acquainted with, I just try to help.
Yeah. Because I'm hearing you didn't put him on, you didn't put him on.
Okay, go and listen to Judas the Rat again. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. Like, Nigeria, somebody called me one time and says, Baba, you know you don't reach stage now. You say, we just find one small boy. You just sign out, you a palm. That's how I say. Now I say, who Bob Marley sign? Who Fela sign?
Nobody.
Who Ebenezer
I think the
Obey
problems
sign?
with
Fela didn't even sign his son.
No, fuck.
Femi Kuti has said
He told Femi that Femi can't like
See,
he doesn't.
Femi Kuti
didn't
dropped
like
his
Femi's
first album.
records.
Fela went to the
Fela
press
went to the yes
to
now.
say his son's album is whack.
It's whack. Yes, now.
It was tough love.
It was
Forget
tough love.
that
Like
one.
he didn't care. Like, oh man.
yeah, I think the problem with Nigerians, they feel like if you
Make it,
if you make it and you not like put someone else on, that you're a failure.
Yeah, so now, let's even have this conversation because it's
About
a
who you
bigger,
help in the industry.
It's a bigger, like,
Black.
number of people, right?
Yeah,
So
okay,
here,
okay.
What does put on mean? I mean, minus adding weight. What does put on mean?
Oh my.
That all of you appear in the same video. You do gang.
It's a gang.
I mean,
Put on
typically
can
some
be like,
physicality shit.
put on can be like most playlists, for example. You see how like I bring artists that people don't
Self-plug,
really know.
Plug in.
Okay, so
She has not sent
I
us
need-
the pictures
I need
today.
to ask.
But it's cool.
So I need to ask, do you have to sign somebody to put them on?
No,
Nope.
definitely not. I'm not signing.
Do you have to give them money to
I
put
don't got
them
no
on?
money to give them.
No,
Do
not
you have to
necessarily.
build, like, I don't get it. Like, I think put on means for me is assistance now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
support,
assistance,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are we talking about?
Everybody has done that in their own capacity.
Yes, now, so like,
Everybody has his own
people
capacity.
who are
yeah.
even proud that I put this person, shut up.
You make money from it too, so it's
Like you get what
It's
I
not
mean?
charity now. You collect your
Charity,
percentage
you
at the
collect
end.
money, yeah, I
But
get
me,
it.
where we say I call the person say, guy, if I know that me as an artist, I have too many things worrying me. Like today now, I'll sit down and be like, say man, if to say you don't get people around you now, if I attack you like Man City, you're based on say keke na pepper.
Kicking up with guy.
I'm there thinking about my life. Like
Yeah.
I'm watching my kid grow, even though my life is a whirlwind on that note. But I'm watching her grow, and I'm like, wait, you are going to grow in this same Nigeria again that I know is rubbish. I mean, this same Nigeria that
You are hustling.
guy
Bro.
that I'm
They still want to
and-
sign somebody again.
See, let me be honest with you, guy. I'm just a barrack boy from Lafayette that's intelligent. That's all. There's no silver spoon. Anybody here don't wake up from mosquito bite slapping. Saying at the sleep, you just say, bam! As everybody bust laugh from us, say, ooh, one kiss. That means that mosquito make love to the person who bite. Oh, French kiss. Like, yeah,
It's
I'm
succumb, it's
the
like-
average Nigerian guy that
Yeah.
I dey wonder how mosquito they bites me and I wear jeans.
Yeah.
Your proboscis now, you be weapon X. So. Like, I'm just that guy. I wasn't raised from money. I wasn't like, dude, my dad was a police officer who was never going to take bribe.
Who said his father was a pastor here?
Well, my dad then retires
And became.
and goes into church because every time I'm like, how this man don't even take that, yo?
Yeah, from
Because my
yeah.
dad would go to go and fight. My dad fought with the UN. I remember one time that we thought he had died because
Peacekeeping,
because the
peacekeeping.
United Nations peacekeeping mission,
Yeah.
the bullet goes ambush, boom, hit this guy, and my dad was sitting right here. So it was even so bad that I think mistakenly said they don't even publish Baba name.
Oh,
With
that
ballet,
even
no.
that, yeah.
Like you get what I mean? Like it's
It was tough. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you're expecting too much from me because I can speak English.
And because you can rap too.
Yeah,
so.
but we're all in Nigeria now. Guy, me, I'm still facing my everyday life.
Yeah.
Like, I get big checks from brands, and after you collect the check, you just realize say, dollar la ba fi share owó. So, even if they give you 3.5 million, then at 10,000 naira in American currency.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. Like, I'm not, and I don't know how to say, my daddy, my shaman. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I tried it. So to go there, say, so who talk me about Thomas doing I couldn't go. I don't know how to go and be doing a daddy. I swear. And it's so bad because the goons in Lafayette, I went somewhere and they said, His Excellency in Bo, Biggie said, so for party law. And when we're leaving, he said, tell you about you and your long no feel síbẹ̀ your low phone síbẹ̀ ẹ sọ fún party law. It's oh by the way, it says
I was about to say, you
Just-
can translate,
Ooh,
bro.
I've been asking, can
Yeah.
y'all translate in my
yeah,
head?
it goes like
Thank you.
they said, like our honorable
Okay.
He's here.
is here and says he's coming, he's almost there, and Biggie says, tell him we've left. That this one that he's referring to me was placed in this position by God. People put that guy there.
Who's Biggie?
So there's a difference. Tell him that we've left. We have other things to do. And Biggie is just one of them cats in the hood. Like, so you can see, somebody will sit down there and say, Angbo Tamak. We are collecting money from people on the road, bikes, anybody passing by, as long as it's our streets, we are collecting money. But then he's aware enough to know that the self will not be a slave to societal ranks. Like, no, Atilo. So I don't, people say, guy, come on, bros, I'm just a
You don't just go to Abuja, that's the last.
Yeah, no, I'm not telling you Abuja, don't worry yourself. Okay. I don't go Abuja before.
But no, Abuja, me, I don't go Abuja, but I don't go Abuja.
Oh, you've really never been to Abuja?
No, I've been to Abuja.
So Abuja ni Atija, Abuja.
Aja.
No, Abuja, what do you call it, Jao? Emi street, Momo,
so, the whole thing, got the brands now became involved. How did you feel when Emma started taking shots at the brand you were repping?
That was before everything.
And that's what I said.
Did you guys just say the origin of this? Oh, that's another brand.
Origin?
Oh, welcome, Jess.
Yeah.
But then again,
she was trying to curb
shout out
I know.
Shout out to Remy.
Remy got
Okay.
that. Remy got
Yeah.
that.
So wait, did you ask the question?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What's the
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer.
okay? Okay, answer, and then I think my question kind of sort of connects with this, but answer, and then I'll ask you a question.
Are you going to remember? Write it down.
Okay.
What? She's gonna write it down. I tell you that. Just brought a book here. I told you.
Just stop playing.
That's how y'all crazy in this country because y'all don't journal.
Oh my God.
Like, imagine
She
if we
put it
wrote
in
down
your
the
country.
craziness.
Bro, I write down in my journal every day. And if I don't, I will run mad here. I journal
Wait,
a
but
lot.
technically, Shai,
Well, writing it makes me run mad.
that means you are talking to book.
Yes, and it's a form of madness.
No, not to the soft, not to the soft. Just
know if I'm
collect
gonna
not to the
chop it.
soft.
I don't know
Bro,
if I'm
no,
gonna
you
chop
dey talk
it.
to book now. It's okay. I'm just
See,
saying,
book will never.
as long as you're
will
Nigerian,
never,
we
you
are all
know,
mad. Don't
turn
worry.
will
on
never
you.
disappoint
Are you in
you.
Nigeria?
Yes. I'm
You're mad. Don't worry.
Dang, I'm walking to that. Thanks. Okay.
It was never like, I don't know, maybe I'm too much of an easy person. Yeah, like if you get brand, I'm super carefree. I swear to God. It's weird. Like if you have a brand endorsement, you can be fine. And I can have mine
I'll be fine too.
and be fine. Like everybody can be chilled.
So were you okay with
I wasn't okay with that.
Okay, I didn't.
Because it made it look like you guys were not being paid. You guys were like
Yeah, now
doing
like,
shit for free.
dude, like you're saying we're using people, you're going to comment about our ciphers, you're going to check out little typographical errors from who is upgrading, you're saying, oh my God, it's such a horrible thing, the hip-hop didn't blah, 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 blah. Another attempt to assassinate the character of this one person that is working. 2015, he wins the Headies, there's a record that comes out, and of course, you say you respect the winner, but Headies, we need to talk about the lyricists on the Roll Award, because there are guys who are killing it. Let's let it go.
Has he won a lyricist on the Roll Award?
No.
Okay.
Like, because there are guys who are killing it. So, when you are excelling, like bros, Reminisce had that, he never did.
There's one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Move on.
Reminisce had
How one?
that one, he had that endorsement, he didn't pull no funny stops on that. Olamide,
Numerous.
people. Where did we get to this point where we come back and say we dey forget, say we the work we dey do now, white man they collect the money?
I think it's part of the what's that song he did? That song he did that
Fix
was
up your life.
you rappers should fix up your life. Maybe it was part of that whole rollout.
As we're saying.
I like that.
I didn't think we needed to bring the brands in, and to be honest with you, Hennessy was never going to rub shoulders with any, like it wasn't Hennessy's plan. Hennessy's plan is, guy, VS class. My big mouth, I suggested let's take it out of town, let's go to other places. So guy, we're traveling to other states where we're giving rappers hope. Dude, we're flying personnel, we're paying hotel, we're feeding people. What the hell? That's just right. But it's it's just crazy. Like we're putting in so much work because we legit and we've been building it organically. We are all complaining about views on ciphers or like acceptability of it. Anybody here, can you boast that Nigeria is accepting hip hop in the true way it should?
No.
So we're doing it organically. Can we build? Because I know if we buy views, the day we will stop to the buy views no go there again.
No go cast.
2 seconds everywhere.
So we're building it.
You have to.
We're on boss.
Shout out to Erica. People are not giving Eric guys credit.
Wow, I'm laughing. You listen to that word? Oh, come on.
You know I'm dealt out
This
true.
nigga-
This is like his PRO. This is
Guy, nah, man.
Erica.
And you're the album,
You're the album.
Of course,
You're the
yes,
album. I was
too.
so confused
Put
because
me
it
on.
wasn't your name that was on the
Yeah,
thing.
Erica
So,
said the guy
okay,
forgot.
this is
He
it as
said
well.
he forgot.
Character
There's a-
assassination. Character
There's a-
assassination.
Oh, yes, I said it. Oh,
there's a
shit.
typographical
Yeah,
error.
he
Yeah, he
said
said
it.
it.
Yeah.
And when he said, I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw the tweet and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
It's
Hold on.
fine.
There was a
Yeah.
typographical error.
Like he
On the
forgot.
side of the person
On the
uploading
side of
it.
the person
Yeah.
uploading it. Yes.
So you can't take that shit down and re-upload the correct one.
I don't know. Like
He probably can, but guy, guess what?
It belongs.
The goal
That's all
on the
okay.
music
Was
is
just
not
this-
about whether you can see my name. It's about the message.
Now I get you.
And I love what he was talking to me about on your own.
Yeah.
Before this,
Yeah.
I had a record called Fuck the Streets.
Hmm.
Because what are we glorifying? All of us from the streets, our children know they the streets.
True.
What are we glorifying? And I wanted an opportunity with a rapper to be able to let guys know, like, there's nothing cool about mosquito bites or zero lights. What are we forming? What are we doing that for? Like, that's not the forward way to think. That's backwards because you're hyping something that shouldn't be. That's hardship. That's neglect of government on the side of the people. Like, we should also remind ourselves that as much as we're proud of where we're coming from, we should
Shouldn't be
also
like
be
that.
wise enough to tell people that no be so it's supposed to be.
This is
Oh.
not the goal.
Yeah.
So I'm content that that message has gone into the universe and to whom it may concern. It's not like he's trying to wait. My voice, you
Yeah,
changed,
no,
you know,
I
changed
mean,
that,
you,
man.
you,
It's
you,
just
you-
too-
It was obvious that
it was
it was
obvious.
you.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
so let's
you
let that
sounds
be.
like
Honest
vector.
mistake, he's tweeted about it, and I'm like, fine, it's cool. We're moving on, Jerry.
Yeah.
You
Shout out to Erica. Go
Yes,
get his
sir. I had a
album.
question. So it kind of bounces off how a lot of people, before I, try to research and like read about this thing, how people were saying that, this beat started from the whole you asking for a verse and didn't get one, right? And it negates the fact that there's actually build up to this thing, right? And this is actually in your defense. In terms of like, there were multiple times, whether, the Headies situation, the,
Brand thing.
jabs, the brand situation, then, subtle jabs or subliminals inside actual records. And all the time those things happened, you've continuously said, you left it alone, you left it alone, you left it alone. If you keep antagonizing somebody, and you keep antagonizing, you keep, poking at them. If one day that person decides to be like, you know what, F this, I'm not doing this no more, and decides to attack the person back, why is that a problem? Like, my head is still like, I'm so gingered about this whole, why do people like pick and choose when to tell someone when to attack somebody, or
When to
when
react.
when to vex, or when to go off?
The Nigerian defense, in the defense of like the fans.
Yeah, I was
I
about
don't
to
think
say-
Oyibo
nobody.
war. Oyibo
But
war.
not even all that.
I don't think nobody gave him any.
Everybody
I don't
on
think. I don't think
Twitter.
nobody. Any,
Let
I don't
me
think
put it
anybody
like
gave
this.
him any backlash
Let-
for like replying because
No,
we
but
went,
everybody
like,
on
people-
Twitter
No,
makes
no,
it seem
actually,
like
so this
they
is the
actually
thing.
make it seem like it's Vector that has been antagonizing.
That's
That's
the way
how
they
I
push
thought
it.
about
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's
way
what
they-
everybody has been saying.
When it started,
That Vector's the one that started
when the track dropped, right?
You
Now,
track.
this is-
Which track? You have to be
Oh,
There was
sorry,
Context,
Purge,
context.
Context.
There are plenty.
and Judas the Rat.
Judas
Now
the
three
Rat.
films.
Judas the Rat,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Please. Judas the Rat. Now this is funny because everybody were like, it was weak. It was weak. That was the conversation that was going on in the morning. As a matter of fact, I almost had a tweet fight with somebody. I had
Yeah,
to delete
I saw
all my
you.
tweets
I saw
because I'm like, you guys don't get it, but just wait till like noon,
The thing plays
right?
out.
Then the thing's going to register. And guess what was happening like in the evening?
Nostradamus.
Everybody was not like, yo, I went to Genius, I went to something. And shout out to We Talk Sounds for actually putting it on Genius.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
And
Shout out
making
to
everybody
Lapo.
like read the whole damn thing and just kind of like understand the concept and everything. I'm like, look, if you come for me and what you said is not facts, I am going to, come out with something to, negate those things that you said and make people understand that those were lies. And now all of a sudden everybody's not like, we know Emma is like that. Why are you telling us? I'm like, so it's cool for you guys to actually think like this.
Wait,
Like this.
let me.
And that was the conversation I was actually having with a lot of people on the back end, which was really, really funny. Because I'm not like, we all went to that point where somebody said this thing about this person.
Yeah.
And this person now said this about this person. And now you want to pick a side. But now we're not doing morality check.
First of all, it's beef. Everybody has to pick a side. East Coast,
No.
West Coast,
Yeah.
You
Drake,
don't.
Meek Mill.
It's fine.
No,
It is
you
entertainment.
don't.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
fans.
we've already
It's
talked
fans.
about this with the fucking paper Corleone shit.
No, but no. This one's fans.
Right now,
No, so no.
No, I'm about
So-
to. I'm talking about that
Wait,
shit.
chill.
'cause
So
I'm
let me
already
tell you
mad.
why. Let me tell you why it seems
talking about
like
that
MI
shit.
is why everybody is on the side of MI, right?
Who are you? Break the door.
In the last 2 years, right, MI has been able to, how will I put it now? I don't want to say launder his image. He was able
It's not a
to,
bad word to use though.
he was able to put up like
Up front.
re-strategize
Change
his
the
career.
narrative.
Change the
Okay.
narrative around him.
There
And
you
that's
go.
not a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
No, of course,
Like, she's allowed.
Nobody's
Yeah.
knocking him for
So
that.
everybody now
no,
wants to be
I'm
like,
sorry, I'm sorry. I was in Abaraka grew. I wasn't raised this way. What is bad is bad. We are in the reality where, see, if you wear fake chain, I know can't touch it na fake be your chain or your Balenciaga. No,
You know it's bad, but you
yeah,
won't.
that, I mean, right? But in the situation where there is a pattern, all my life I've observed the Nigerian music industry, and for over decades, I've seen more businessmen than artists. I've seen more people doing business than making music. I hate negotiating fees. Me, I no fee stand down. My happy place is sound and recordings. I rarely, and I've met a lot of artists. Until recently, Davido is one guy that is like that. It's weird how his work ethic in the
crazy.
studio
Mhm.
is mad. No matter what you
crazy,
say
bro.
about him. And I learned this from Two-Face as well. Two-Face said, man, I don't learn to dey encourage people well because you don't know what this person they go through. Person we don't know say things hard. When you see hard things, you applaud them now because now human beings say be. But upon dealing with David and see how David works, man doesn't sleep till he gets the right melody. Right. I mean, I can be a beast in the studio. Meeting another beast in the studio is weird but beautiful energy.
Is that the first time you guys worked together?
Yes. I'm not like together alone in the studio, but on a feature, yes, we've worked together before.
Okay.
Now, because there's also the idea that actors will go on and become House of Rep,
Yeah.
this counselor, this. So I waiting with the character we will watch for you now, since we know your character. Oh. So if they give you the care of the people for your hand, and you be dubious person, will you not be dubious with the people?
that's goals.
That's goes. Headline.
No, like, and this is not coming from a perfect perspective.
No, I get you.
But I have a problem. Say, I'll accept person where they lie, where no saying they lie, than the person maybe say, he go swear, say the lie, na lie.
So if I'm getting you correctly, right? The old imagery is shit because that's like
yes,
opposite
you can't
of-
clean up your image, and bros, Nigeria doesn't need those type of people leading people.
Shit.
The Nigeria we're in right now, if none of you are doing anything to make sure that, like you're doing this podcast, and that's like freedom of journalism, I think, of some sort, like comfortable, express yourself, because at the end of the day, it matters as well. It's not just what someone else told you. I think it was Zukowski. He went to an art school, and they told them to sketch something, and Baba just sketched the knee of that thing, and he passed, and they selected him, but they were like, next time you have to follow rules. So he asked a very, very fundamental question. If you do not understand how I think, how do you know how to mark my art?
Yeah.
Like, what knowledge do you have to know that my art is whack?
Yeah.
What if I'm better than you?
That's not
And
what
he
they
left the school
asked.
because
That's
he
not
didn't come to meet a teacher that will tell him that, okay, so this is the rule to apply in life with art. He came to dwell with, it's a fellowship. But in his head, you want to teach me how to open to draw? I'm the one seeing the image in my head. So how do you know what I'm doing wrong. I'm saying if we're going to have people who go ahead to become to lead people, because guy, as an artist, what I'm doing is I'm leading my fans. The music I make, how they understand it, it awakens them on a different level. It go nice more they check ourselves, or even you say, bros, if things they will be now, and later I'll ask you how far you don't burn it, you don't repent.
I'm spirit-filled.
Yes, so let's give that. So I'm sorry to butt that in, but I feel like anybody who is going to lead the people must at least
be honest in a way.
Try, yes.
Yeah, but isn't that the essence of public relations and like controlling your narrative of what your identity is in the public for
Not
whatever
with
reason?
lies.
Yeah, but you can't control that. Like, if I could be somebody that like drinks every day and gets drunk in my house, but like my persona outside is someone that's like, I have to, based on my identity or brand, I have
to.
to.
You drink, don't say I don't.
I mean, technically
You
that's
may not
wrong,
say-
and I
you
agree
may
that
not
that's
say,
wrong.
I'm an alcoholic. No. But if they say, so do you drink? Just say, no, I don't touch beer. When you know, say, you na
Basically,
Viking.
it's just saying don't be a hypocrite.
You don't understand it. I understand that, right?
No,
When
but
I'm-
that's
when
what
I'm
she's
trying
just
to
saying as a
say
public
is that,
figure
like,
too, that you have to do that to
you have to
get favor.
But you understand?
Nah, you don't have
create
to.
your identity.
Let me give you a good example with this, right? So you heard the Viper, right? And everybody was like, oh God, how can Vector come back from this, right?
I wondered myself.
Yes.
Oh no,
And then-
nigga, you wondered.
That's what I said.
They just said it.
That's
what I said.
But guess what? This won't be the first time because I never thought it in people's faces. When we had the Sarkodie record, everybody thought, how will Vector, after they heard Sarkodie's verse, how will Vector rap attack? Everyone's like, what will Vector say? Right?
Sarkodie with your, what's that in the
Obidi
OSS?
Bombidi.
Obidi Bombidi.
Yes, like we had that.
There's another
But
Vector and Sarkodie's song.
yes, King Kong remix.
Okay. No. There's another one.
Bro, it's fan now.
Yeah, how you gonna
Are you the hard drive records?
King Kong.
Thanks, Steve.
DJ KFD?
Trying to remember.
Big Boss Jigama?
It's a feature.
It's a feature on another person's record.
African and proud.
Thank you. I know what I'm saying. No, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Say the rough anyhow.
that's
But that's Banky song
Yeah,
now.
so well,
Like you see when I saw Vector Sarkodie, I'm like, Vector don't want this smoke. Hey, bro.
The smoke came.
Oh,
The smoke came in.
Like, it came through
we
now.
dey vape
Come
the
on.
smoke self. We may not be like say, wow, like
I got you. Just talk.
Dario was telling me that you stay where he stays like Eyebrow on the mainland, like the car that you're driving is like one of the baddest engines. I'm pretty sure people don't know all that fact because
Yeah,
people
people
just
think.
were like, Emma had a,
yeah,
you
my,
guys
girl,
are so
my girlfriend's big.
do you understand? And I'm like,
It's fine.
you drive like one of the
A nice
most luxurious
car.
cars in Giddy. You stay like in one of the most like top.
Yeah.
And I heard
We
that
don't have
even-
flood there.
And I heard that even
He's
your-
allowed to
and I heard
say
that
it.
your
funny.
child goes to
Oh,
like the most
man.
expensive school even in the area.
Yeah.
Do you get some
You
people
did
like
your
know,
research.
But not
sis.
according to the
like,
Viper.
like people don't even know all these things. But I need to ask you because there was something you said about Black Bones.
Yeah, just
And
wait,
there's
wait.
no-
Let me also be honest. Your child can go to the most expensive, but sometimes maybe they pay school fees.
That's
It's a lot, but I'm making it.
That's-
I want
that's
to have the
right.
top.
They,
What?
they
I want to
have
the
life for
ranking
you. They are
conversation.
Wait, no, it's not ranking. Okay,
No,
what's that
I've
ranking?
like, like
Okay.
him saying like he does not have like, so you don't really have like a list like rappers that you respect. You say, these are my top 5 rappers.
I respect Soskid.
Since Baba,
You respect Emma as a rapper,
I respect Mode
not as a person.
You wait first now.
calm down, man.
You ask me question.
Mr.
No
Dede.
verse, no
You come
verse.
in, no.
No, but the first question he asked you, where is MI on your list?
He said doesn't
He
have
said he does not have a
He
list.
doesn't have
Okay,
Yeah,
rappers,
yeah,
Nigerian
make the
rappers,
question.
Nigerian rappers you
Who are the rappers that
respect.
you respect?
Sauce Kid, Mode 9.
I respect Soskid. I
Sinzu,
respect Mode 9.
Modo,
I respect Rugged Man.
Rugged.
I respect
Baba.
Reminisce. I respect Olamide. There's one line that Olamide said in Yoruba that they didn't say it. Oh, then do me.
Which line is that?
He said, "Ẹ̀yin òpònú àpọ̀dà ó yẹ ẹkùn kan tẹ́ fẹ́ kùn." It's such a dope thing to say.
What is
He said,
That's a Guzmi now.
What
yes.
does it mean?
So
See.
Okponu is like a stupid
no,
person,
it's
like a slow person. Akpoda is another. It's
Calm down, it's okay.
I don't know, it's done by-
synonym.
Yeah,
Synonym.
take a break.
It's a lingo synonym for stupid or slow,
Okay.
like Akpoda. But then Akpoda in its literal meaning means someone who mixes paint.
Paint.
Okay.
So now it says, all you dumb people like the ones who mix paint,
Paint.
take that same paint
Paint.
you're mixing and paint
Paint.
whatever image of me you deem fit.
Yeah.
Oh.
God, that's my next
I don't think people give Barrows flowers.
Bro,
That's
I mean, I
that's
can't give him
that's
shots if I don't
people's
understand what
problem.
you're
That's
saying.
people's problems,
That's
huh?
people's
I mean,
problem.
see,
Not
this
our-
no,
not our
see,
problem.
Cash Cruise. Me, I've also said the same thing to M when we were at the show, and I was like, M, do you know that there's a double entendre in the line you said? He said, which kind witchcraft you can do that make you do sound. Which flow will make the show proper? Which medicine man or which doctor?
Doctor.
So a medicine man is also a witch doctor.
Doctor.
But then he was asking a question like, which of the medicine men or which of the
Which
doctors?
of the doctor?
So like, yeah, double entendre because medicine men are witch doctors. Like, guy, I just like the
Yeah,
art.
like rap.
Yeah.
I don't pick who's the number 1, number 2, number 3, maybe lines I could tell you.
Doctor,
Sauce.
don't dodge my question.
I'm not dodging your question. No, but I'm giving you
Let him
facts.
break it down, man.
With
Pretty
Sauce,
much
when I
like-
heard him
yeah.
go, I stays with it, the heat, I stays
Stays
with
with
it.
it.
And when I'm in the street, the heat, I plays with it. Fuck talking the talk, come and hit you
Where
with
it
it.
hurts.
Just for acting the monkey, get put up in the
It
hurt.
hurts.
I'm gonna put him in the dirt, let the preacher pray
Pray
for
for
him. And when they're done praying, they're gonna put him
Yeah,
in
no
the church.
shit.
No,
Let's see some hot right here. Let's see some hot right here.
Yes, and it goes his homeboys, they're hurting. Like, do
You
I
know
think he's the
lines.
number 1 rapper in the whole Nigeria? I don't have time to think like that. I'm
Yeah.
busy appreciating the art form.
Yeah, you respect his life.
It's not about who's the guy. Fuck the car you drive. Fuck the car I drive. Me nigga, fuck my shoes. Fuck, not my clothes because they're mine. like any other thing that I don't make. Fuck that. Like I don't care about those things. I used to care about them, but it gave me so much anxiety about life, and I don't need that. So to answer your questions properly, honestly, I don't have a top 5 rapper list, but because I respect people, I don't just like you because anybody can go and learn words and put it together. Reminisce is a G.
Yep.
OG before IG.
Before
Tillerman,
Makanaki.
G. But he's not a rapper, so let's leave it to rappers. Rugged Man, G. Mode 9,
Legend.
G. I know Mode 9 has a funny image with people,
Yeah.
but I have a funny image too, so how about we clown together?
People don't get respect to Mode
Yeah,
now.
but Mode is a G. Like, dude, I remember one of the lines from LD, master the art like Del Piero. Like, I grew up on all those things. I'm not saying, this one is better than
Just
this now.
appreciate everybody.
I just appreciate the art form. So, but I deal with real people, so I don't even think M is on the list for me.
Okay. Fantastic. You just answered the question.
That wasn't your question. You wanted to know. You were leading me there, but I just helped you. Don't worry, I'm not the fear to tell you my mind now. I don't have a list where I
A
place.
man
I don't
who-
have a list at all.
Okay.
But even if I made a list, I wouldn't place him there because I believe people who are true to what they say.
Steve.
So you're
Yeah.
making
I'm
that
sorry,
list
a man who
based
digs a
off-
pit for his enemy.
He's making the list based off people he thinks is real. So if
Yeah,
you
not
feel
even
like your
based
raps
off,
are
like,
not real.
talent.
he's
No,
not.
it's just become like real.
No.
That's why you mentioned
Real-
Rugged Man. It's
Real
like,
side by side with talent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you can't be.
I can't be realer than Caesar.
Like, dude, the day I meet Disaster, I'll tell him, Disaster, are you always this angry? do you really dip your hands in his intestines and make a weave off it and put him in the car, put it on drive,
battle
and
rap
watch him
here.
come towards me and
Is
make
this
a
type of
weave
battle
off
rapping in
it?
Nigeria?
No, we're talking of
We're
Yankee.
talking about
Yeah,
No,
no,
but is
She's
it that
asking,
type
is
of
there
battle
this
rapping
No,
in
there
Nigeria?
is.
Yeah,
There is, though.
Like your mama
used to be.
stupid.
No, not that.
Not doing
what
that.
did they do? Where would they do that kind of battle? You see what you see?
Ayo is very
Now this guy
disrespectful.
gets
Very
watch-
disrespectful to
no
hip-hop
man
in
now,
Nigeria.
they
Very
watch American
disrespectful.
film, they'll say, say police quick come to
Very
Nigeria now.
disrespectful.
Police will
But I don't even like battle rap Yankee because it's just too over. It's
No,
too
but I
violent
feel
for
like
me.
That's beautiful.
The battle raps
Like,
in
they're
Unilag were
animated
nasty.
and
I've
they're
been
really
to
into
No,
it.
battle raps
Oh
in
my
Unilag.
God.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
Stories I used to
nasty.
hear.
So is it as aggressive, like battle rapping in Nigeria?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Like in Unilag, I had 3 years unbeaten and trust.
Yeah,
me,
that was
boys
and
are
it
fire.
was, yeah,
Oh,
that was the
fine,
word
who
on the
beat
street.
you?
Nobody. I graduated. Now Binu now, but now wait, now lie.
Don't be lying. Don't. Just
Yeah,
say-
let's even use that to get into the conversation of how this whole thing started. Like rapping. Like when did you discover that you can actually rap?
You guys will be so disappointed. Okay, my first ever encounter. No, it wasn't my first. I think it was. It was Sonny Okosun's song. That his son rapped in. One song like that. That the JESUS is to get so that.
I know that song.
Wow.
They ain't never gonna be another one like it.
My name is Ogboefi. No, like when I
Off a
heard,
gospel record.
I was
yeah.
like, wait, Sonny, because after Sonny goes,
Yeah.
I was like that. I was like, Mommy, why do we always? My mom play Kale music, Elijah music, Sonny Okosun. I just get like Jesus.
What are we
Like I
listening?
felt like my mom was trying to I think my mom discovered MFM before MFM. She tried Cast Demon inside me because she played some. But then I heard this kid go, JESUS is the best. I must confess, there's never gonna be another one like him. Here's the okay, bad guy. I think Junior Pretty was before then or after then. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what year, but then
it has to be before.
Yeah, but after Junior Pretty, then it was like I wasn't even thinking of rap. I was admiring them, and I was learning what they're saying. But and I saw Sonny Okosu, so I was like, so Sonny Okosu picking so he dey rap. If you rap, would you elesh Kuleri Ogo? He dey rap. Okay.
Man, rap too.
Then walking to school from the barracks, passing by Obalende, I just saw Rick One's album. It just stood out.
Who tagged American Saga is out?
He was wearing a white baggy t-shirt, baggy jeans, and he was crotted this way.
Yeah.
And I think one of those records he had, the intro was, "You don't really need God in your life." And when I heard that, I was like, and I understood what it was saying. You don't really need God in your life. It's all dependent on you. Did I turn it off?
It's good, it's good.
Okay. Like, and I understood what it was saying. Bruh, coming from Sele household, I'm gonna tell my mother that I heard one song. They said you don't really need God in your life.
Take that,
guy. So that's how I started to rap. And there's this guy. He said, where I also learned to be educated with your music is the person that kind of like made me see rap proper first. His name is Shola, right? And we used to call him Simple D. Baba was in Unilag and Yabatek at the same time.
Like,
and he was rapping. Like,
there are guys that do that.
Go do Unilag. He go, I beg, let me mark attendance, run. Go Yabatek. Go do lectures, both of them, write exams simultaneously and everything. But catch the crew.
Even in one school, people do it too.
He made me realize that how is that impossible? It's just exposure to information.
True.
Like he's only just informed about what he's studying here and what he's studying here. Like he doesn't have to be an A student. You can be a C student to be cool. So and then he come and he always freestyle. So now he's an optician now. He has a store somewhere in VI. But then what's beautiful about this is the last time there was the experience, he was in his car driving there, he was doing a hype for the show and he was kicking a freestyle for the experience. Like I came from learning about rap from people who I came from learning rap from people who were very selfless with the art. It wasn't about I want to make money and everything. If there was beef, yes, there was beef. There's V Flamba, there's AK Fly, there's Cheche, Uro Cheche, bad guy. There's my elder brother, there's Fracas. There's like, so it was just a gather around, kick freestyle. Shola's mom used to sell Zobo. So guys would there be like, yo, my mom's selling Zobo, but I'm thinking diabolical thoughts like I'm Lobo. Hey, bad guy.
Bars.
Like it was that level of growing into rap. Then I wrote my first, I think my first freestyle was seeing somebody wearing a shirt that read, "For every evolution, there's a revolution." So I can't remember everything, but like, for every evolution, there's a revolution, solution. Rhymes bring out the pollution to the greatest of imaginations. We taking the nation now. That's our nation to the federation. And that was a very elementary.
An area scatter.
No area no scatter. People look me and say, you dey try, you dey try. That people I say, Vector a small boy, I mean, no call it disrespect people for years. So I was really like that, and that's how I exposed myself to rap. And I went to St. Gregory's College, and I met Francis Ifye, and I met Olaniyi Afolabi, and that was Crystal and Blaze, and we had Batter Boys, and it was like 1999.
Yeah.
Damn,
and before, we're damn young too. But then before we knew,
because there was transmission then, so they're young.
Yeah, before we knew what happened, we got a deal from the UK, from El Dinero Records. We were literally maybe the first artist in Nigeria to get an international deal in 1999.
How did that come about?
You know, when internet was such, internet be like,
1,000 naira per hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we're sending emails back and forth, and this guy, Donald Hero.
Was it Cyber Cafe?
Yes, Cyber Cafe was Donald Hero or so. He was with the JJC and the 419 Squad, something team, the Nigerian team, the Dream Team.
The Dream Team.
The Dream Team. And they'd always talk about Magnum. and Mode 9. And
Yeah,
all these
Magnum
other guys.
was lyric guy.
And it was two lyric boys that are rapping all these things. And this guy, I remember then we went to radio station. I don't even think they was doing NSC. Say. That time NSC, na Tupac could see the whole lot for television. But then we just take.
My Yankee rappers,
Now. So just took like Baileys and 7,000 naira recharge card. Guy, then I was giving £1,000. I was just buying things and giving people. Like, £1,000. Okay. Let's just buy drinks and give all these guys now. You take her, guy, you take her. Play our music. I think our music then was started knocking at your. No, the one before that was knocking at your door. I remember my verse vivid. It was such a. We had grown. So this is all signed to a UK label, and I'm there saying, I'm back again, I'm wild. Preaching peace in the war style, Vector the Viper, Rod, making it worthwhile. ASAP, explode bars, that's TNT. Batter boy, straight from NIG. I'm locked down on target like stealth bombs from jet fighters. German machines, beating your teams, we like Schneiders. Punch it off your bragging out like Lennox did to Tyson, and cycle crush you lyrically, they call me Major Bison. My son, I blend like thunder and lightning. When chopping beat bars, I give scars like I be Jason. Like it was...
graphic.
Going.
Chris, I hope
bars.
this entry no.
Like cinematographer, don't worry.
It was going in, and they discovered us from there. And we thought we were going to travel and going to become like
International stars.
yeah, and stuff. So that kind of like grew, and we started to make music. Then Nee decided to leave, and it was just me and Blaze, and went on for a while. Then I was going to enter Unilag. Then Blaze's mom had to connect to help us like secure our registration into school. Blaze didn't get in, I did. Blaze now had to do something computer thing, I've forgotten. But then he now goes to Dubai and does his schooling, and before you knew, he's in oil and gas in Dubai, and now he's in business and sales. So my life just went from, okay, Blaze did computer now for Unilag, me I did arts now. I'll just come down and someone say, yo, I heard you rap. Okay, I rap.
And they
I
try.
wanna battle you. What's that? I'm like, what's that? He says, you know, like, the guy they look me and say, don't know what about it. I'm like, yeah, we better go just like we rap. Waiting to say, we'll use rap, yeah, by ourselves. Oh yeah, let me hear you now. The guy just went, oh, something. I was like, so while he was rapping, that's what I always do. Anybody who's going against me, I'm learning what you're doing.
Yeah.
So no matter how dope you are, I'm like, okay, nice. Oh, I like to think like this. Oh, that's nice. I go. And 3 years after that, nobody ever won. So that's the brief history of how I came into rap. So I don't have a lot of friends in the industry because for me it's not.
Yeah, you didn't go through the.
Kumbaya.
It's fuck friendship, let's rap.
True.
After rap, after you drink, you flex. But on rap, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you believe in.
Take them out.
Let's just rap.
So when did how did YSG come into the picture?
It's funny, with rap. Iblis was having a show in Surulere,
Il Caliente.
DJ, because his brand has carried the cap so much, I keep forgetting his real name.
Spinner.
Yes.
Spinner was a hip hop DJ.
Oh my
Before that is Afrobeats. We know, Spinner will see you.
So Spinner was there, he was spinning, and I remember then we're having this verse, and the thing that threw everybody out the hall was going, now these niggas are scared to watch. Well, it is my time, it is your watch. And it was like, oh. Then Culture walks up to me and says, hi, what's up, man? I'm Culture, they call me Culture, aka Sly Grip. And he goes, I represent YSG Entertainment, we're based in Festac, and here's my card, let's see what it is. I'm like, okay. And before then, I was always in the studio in Oregon with Sam Clef
Okay.
and Modena and M-Song. KJ joined us a little bit later. Like, so I had already gotten too used to studio sessions and everything. So upon getting to Festac, I was like, okay, I have a couple. Yeah, Shogun 2 was before then. I was like, oh, one thing. But guy, now I'm missing my own story now. As I left Obalende, because we used to be in Ben Foster, the hype man in Quillox. Yeah, we used to be in the studio in Obalende recording. He was sleeping in the studio.
Wow.
Yeah. And it wasn't like we didn't all have homes, but like,
that time in the studio.
So we didn't want to just record, we just enter that place. I don't carry off in a good job for Ladi. Ladi then was our VIP. If not, you just buy like bread and beans, or you get one bakery, you say, "Do man, you can't kill amala." You just and a soup, they sweet.
Oh Lord.
The meat.
Oh my God.
If they juicy, that meat, eh?
Off topic.
If they chop the meat, it go be like, she being power.
Yes, actually.
If they chop that meat, it go be like say the French kiss fine girl.
Look
As
at
in,
that.
They can't say bread
I thought I like food.
from bakery. You know what I'm saying? So, guy, if you just buy stew, just collect bread, with the warm, you just say okay.
Feel alright.
But if you had money, you go to Ladi. That's where the champion video where Netosi was standing in the car and was doing this. That is Ladi Abegi Obalende. There's a place there where you could eat like rice and have like salad and everything. So that was but I still go there too today. Mama Ladi Chan, I think we guys balance them.
We are owing them money.
Live now, last night they did have POS now, that's bounce. But it was such a, I take everybody there. My lawyer's been there, dude. All my friends from out of town been there.
I ain't never been there since.
Maybe you're not my friend then.
Wow.
Look,
revelation on this talk.
When you say, let's go for dinner and everything, I'm like, you need to take me on the city. Like, I hate looking at menus too.
Oh,
I
she-
feel
always
it's
like,
just
let's
too
go to
many
dinner.
options.
Shiro gang.
And then everyone will be like, he'll be like, oh, where? I'm like, somewhere in VI. And they'll be like, oh my God.
But I only fell see Shiro. Shiro, tomato no Shiro. I say Shiro.
Shiro.
I don't say Shiro. Ah!
Then they'll be like, oh, come to the mainland. And I'm like, oh, no more
Sure.
dinner for us.
Exactly. Now, it's not like you can't come to the mainland
No,
or
I'll
go to
come,
like
yes.
Rhapsody and there's one seafood. Wafo. It was snooker ball. Near the black shot by Watuka.
Falake, we are going to the mainland.
I told you guys, now, like, somebody will come in from Yaka and will go and be like, oh, this place exists on the mainland. No, they tie leaf.
It's just what they give to the mainland.
more.
Originally with all this whole Afrobeats to Nigeria thing, they just go to the island and say, yeah, I was in Lagos. So they see you. They're in Lagos. Don't come to the mainland.
Give me a two-faced story. How did that?
He didn't even finish his last question.
Oh, sorry. He went to the studio. Sorry.
YSG, Sky
YSG
Green.
Yeah, so I met them, we went to the studio, we got to First Stack, we chopped it off. I met Chubby, the CEO, awesome guy.
Yeah.
And we started. But yeah, it took me a while to realize that in life, you know how your parents shelter you and they raise you and everything, you just realize that, guy, you're on your own now.
Yeah, that's
It's our life.
So you learn new things, people's character, attitude, what they stand for, if it's in sync with what you stand for, and those things just kind of like take it a left or a right turn.
So what would you say was the beginning of the end of YSG?
No, wait.
Masayo.
You're skipping.
You
You
are
want me to ask a
that
question,
I'm
but
sure
like
he
I
wants
feel
to
like
talk.
it's why
You're skipping the line. You're skipping
Like,
the line. Before that, Vector. Before we'll come to that. Before then,
Yes.
Yeah. Our in-house Two-Face fan.
Yeah.
the first album, right?
Yeah.
State of surprise.
You had it.
Yeah.
State of Surprise. You had it. Two-Face record.
Yeah.
Huge record.
And people were shocked, like, yo,
Like,
this
who's
just got
this
Two-Face,
guy?
man.
Yeah.
Two-Face just came in like.
The mad hook.
Larry Gaga.
Oh, it's just Larry
Larry
Gaga.
Gaga.
Hey.
Down.
See, Larry Gaga has always been.
Larry Gaga was
Larry is
YSG
just not
that time.
serious. Larry could have become the baddest A&R in Nigeria if he wanted to, because he had all the connects and Larry is not a proud person. Like the kind of connect that Larry has, for him to still be himself, he did try. Like so, I think there's a video online where Two-Face was trying to drag me out of the studio. Say, you two they rap, and it kind of like created a foundation for how I deal with a lot of up-and-coming acts, which is why in a way, not be able to do a feature which you guys sign, or people, you know, like some people just do what you kind of
And
need.
just give
Two-Face showed me
Mad
mad
love.
love.
mad love, but then again, he let me be free as myself as an artist. He observed and he listened. Well, and that happened. Like, so it was a very, very, Two-Face and nice. When I went to record Angeli with Nice ordered Amala and he brought rosé. In Amadia.
The good old days.
So like it's the Two-Face experience was beautiful, and he was the most realistic person to me when there was a departure with the label. He says, if not based on management where you want, shy, now you know what you want, so shake it no day. But if not based on greener pastures, no let them Photoshop them for you. You know deal.
And the wise was too baba. No really.
The time you say easy,
I'm on a set off.
Now you know how to yeah, Two-Face is...
it's
a
real.
lot of people see Two-Face as legend based on music. I see Two-Face as legend based on...
Everything.
Real life.
G.
Yeah.
OG before I.
Yeah.
Before MySpace.
I don't think Two-Face will ever get in a fight.
Was it after that
Him and Kunle.
Was it
They'll
after
never
that
get in a fight.
that like you now living YS you now started forming?
No, it was whilst it was happening, and he tried as much as he could to be neutral. What I later saw with Two-Face was he knew what the benefits were, knew what the pros and cons were, but then he also could think like an artist.
Yeah.
So he was just honest with me, like, yeah, if now say you want better management or things that can, because at the point, I'm sure a lot of you wondered what happened to certain albums and how they didn't move.
Yeah.
Bruh, it's not, like, you get what I mean? But if you feel like you can, because the record label didn't have a problem, so I felt like, okay, maybe the team was learning, maybe I was a bit too eager too, you get what I mean? Because at the end of the day, my mindset then was like, as I don't come here now, that means all of an pro now. So you must know what you're doing, you get what I mean? So maybe I thought too ahead
Highly of them.
or too highly of them, and that would be a fault on my side, but it wasn't something, it's not like Two-Face instigated that. Two-Face was speaking to me after he noticed that there seemed to be a discord.
Yeah.
So he just came to me and said, guy, if na by greener pasture, no worry, na Photoshop, you know there.
And he's the guy who knows because he left Kenny's at the height of his popularity too.
Yeah. But if na by say
better
you want to do better for yourself, you may have an argument, but just be
Wise about it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Shout out.
So can I ask my question now?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, back to the
It
deal.
felt like people speculate that it's bad feeling, but it didn't really feel. There was no bad like blood. It was just like a tough choice you had to just make. But was the choice from your own end or from?
let's just say like the details to this is very like it's
And I guess that's why there's a lot of rumors around it, because it's not like.
Two-Face self get two rumors now.
Punchline.
What about the one in VI? That's
Fuck.
three.
Oh, you just got it.
Okay, three.
Welcome, Jess. You said it in Amaka. You said it on Amaka now.
So like people say, even if I told you the truth now,
Yeah.
do you guys ever ask who is that first person that starts the lie? Like who is that person that goes?
That's what happened.
So today I would lie say Vector. Nah, okay, I can't say
Vector, they
what.
sleep for
Yeah,
BQ.
say Today I thought say Vector is staying girlfriend BQ. Because I want to do wordplay with barbecue.
Why would you even stay your girlfriend's BQ?
No, guy, it was wordplay. I know of your B's BQ as in you they roast as in barbecue B's.
I thought you said you ain't listen to it. You lying. You know the words.
Wait, that wordplay.
I read it somewhere.
CC wordplay or the CCX wordplay came after that one.
It came after that.
It came after that.
Cool. Am I zone?
Yeah, he had said that.
He had said that
B's
then.
BQ at barbecue.
So he gave him the CC.
So you gave it the CC on.
Before
Wait,
we
money-
No, I didn't do that in
Before you
response
ask
to
your
anything B's
question, I
BQ.
wanna ask something about-
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so what I've gauged so far, in this brief, time of speaking with you, you are very self-aware.
Very, very.
And I commend that because
Thank
especially in this industry, it feels like
A lot of
people
are
don't like to be
definitely
honest with
not
themselves.
Everybody to be the hottest
accept
artist.
accountability or accept fault and stuff, right? So, I think I'm asking this because I'm very towards like new music, millennials coming up making music, right?
Before you guys misinform people now, then I check Sam Clef.
I saw.
It's not the fight that we're having that is not making rap move forward. It's the lack of the will to make it move forward.
Which is still, yeah, but okay.
No, it's not fight.
Okay,
It
not
can
fight.
be. It can
I'm not
just
saying
be
fight.
Lack of
It's the
the
will.
lack of will from who?
from everybody.
From the
like
players.
I've had this conversation with MI. I've had it with Ice a long time ago. Like guys, if we don't conglomerate this shit,
We need
what
to
will
get
happen
Ice on
is
this
one
pod.
rapper will come. No, it's what?
I said we need to. I don't continue.
Yeah, like one rapper will come, rain and go. The other will come, rain
True.
and go, rain and
That's
go.
the
But
problem.
the moment we do this together will make sense.
It feels like a movement.
Which, if you take this back to the foundation of our interview, what exactly is the reason why, because you're a rapper with another brand, you're dissing my work?
Yeah.
This is the diversity that we see.
I kind of negates the kind of movement he wants to create.
Yes, you want to create a movement, but then you're talking down what I'm doing, which is also part of the movement. You can't save the whole hip hop genre.
And that's why I always
Only one
focus
can
on
say,
Olamide and Fino, because at the height of their power, the peak, these two guys came together to give us an album. Like, that is hip hop. Like, that's what won hip hop.
Yeah.
You get, and this is not something we've had in Nigeria for a long time. Look at him saying, look at Vector saying, like, I understand him for the culture wanting an MI feature. Like, this is Vector and MI. You know what that would have done for hip hop.
Also, would have gotten streams and downloads too.
Exactly.
And help the hip hop economy.
I have a 2-hour freestyle that is the longest rap verse you'll ever hear that has that hit platinum on download.
Shit.
Yeah, man. Talk that talk.
Say it again.
2 hours of freestyling hit platinum on downloads. Who do you know listens to 2 hours of rap? So we're making things happen in Nigeria, but then again, because everybody's too focused on selling themselves and everything, you're not making it look like we have something really going on. Bros, I'm rapping in Texas and people are looking at me like, in New York, they're looking at me like, you're not from Africa, you're not Nigerian. How?
You're not Afrobeats.
Young man, where did you get your skills
You
from?
You must have gotten it from foreign land.
I get what you're saying, but if all the alter music movement people, if they didn't have this mindset from the jump that we want to do this,
fuck the world.
I sat with Odunsi the engine. Don't worry, Odunsi is set in his ways. He is very set in his artistry. This is who I am, this is what I've decided to do, and this is where I'll be. Odunsi is collecting magazines from the 90s.
Yeah. Flexing his music.
Well, I want to say something, Vector. Like, he's doing that because he's convinced with his style. If after everything he has done, you know, maybe he gave us like 5-6 albums, and at the end of the day, he's not in a conversation, I'm sure you feel bad about it.
Me?
No, he will feel bad. I'm just assuming in this context.
In this era where this is not they collect money already, what is feeling bad when you are making money? Right? And see, I know the ego of man plays into it.
Because I understand what Steve is saying. So let's talk about I don't have clear examples now, but there are some that like their templates are not working. And they are doing exactly that. So after all the effort and everything, and nothing is being...
Bro, there was an era where I wished... there was an era where... You say Ayo. You guys say your mouth now. Ayo is...
No, Ayo is my fucking homie.
Yeah, you
said
guess what
then? Not working.
I don't care whether the templates... Bros,
no,
before...
he said he wanted an example.
No, I get you now, but I don't know of the example.
And nobody wanted to
see, there really shouldn't be an example because, guys, guess what then? You, before you did here, you were somewhere.
Yeah, pause.
Don't ever yes, now again. Okay, so it was working with how was your pulse then, bro? Were you alive?
Yeah. It was barely working.
Okay, so fine. But have you ever had a moment where your plan didn't go the way you wanted it to go?
Definitely.
And you waited it out until things started to happen? More be human beings. Which can be said they don't mention you for least, whether it go make sense. Anybody who's... It took me a while to get here. No, it took me a while to get here, bros. I sat down and I've watched Neto CB, NSC one thing, MIB, NSC one thing, all this. I've watched them be that. A lot of guys in the BET Cyphers watched it from their couch wishing they could do that. Facts. But now that I have my time to do that, and I don't see some level of sync with the other people that do what I do, the least I can do is do my best. Mm-hmm. So let's stop on that, whether there is a list and everything. Bros, who list step? Yes, we are saying.
When Hennessy approached you to work and you guys started that relationship, was that not based on the fact that at the time when they reached out to you, you were a topic of conversation, you were hot?
No.
Okay.
It was based on the fact that I'm a dope rapper.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, you were a dope rapper mixed with the fact that you were out there, like you had.
No, but he wasn't a talk of conversation.
Buzzing.
Yeah.
The scenario that you paint, my answer exactly answers that scenario. That you're saying, oh, at least Hennessy must have given you this deal based on this buzz and people's opinion that we're talking about earlier. Like,
not even
if they rated me,
that your name is in conversation, like. Oh, okay, maybe because I'm looking at it from present, like when they're giving people brands now. Maybe I shouldn't compare how they used to give out brands and like how, you know, you used to get endorsements and, you know, revenue from your art back then to now. Now is if you don't have numbers, they ain't talking about you. If you don't have no clout, if your engagement is not this type of way, then brands won't look at you or talk to you. But so maybe there's a difference. Yes, maybe that's what I'm confused about.
I say to brands a lot, I was like, you guys don't get it. You need to build heart value over face value.
That's very big facts. Big facts.
Yeah, so, because guess what? Anybody can buy followers. They sell accounts with 10,000 followers already like this. No. Anybody can buy followers. Anybody can buy views. Anybody can be a nuisance online. How many people come to the table with the board meeting like we do with Hennessy and talk genius ideas that takes the whole thing we're doing to the next level. The company, what they're selling, the brand, myself, the fans, take it to the next level. The moment we start to preach those type of endorsements, that's what I am. I get into your company, I'm like, okay, Alpha, what to go do now? What. Like, before my time with Hennessy, what's that verse on that record again? The brand will give you a deal if they need you enough, right? I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, guy, what can we do next? So, yo, this. Yo, we're bringing up ideas. Oh, that's dope. Oh, you have all these things. We're making it better. If you're making it better, they won't let you go.
Are you still with Hennessy?
Very much. Well, next year we'll know whether we're still doing next year again.
If you're making it better or not.
Oh, yes, no, yeah, but the last time I checked, we're in conversations and we're good.
I'm joking.
No, I have to make it clear.
I mean, talking about the brand, because I didn't want to mention brand. No.
You know to say also. Move on.
What is it? At some point, it
You
felt
said
like.
brand twice before you said you don't want to mention brands a lot.
You said you just want to mention
No, I was going to talk about like the yeah. It felt like at some point, right? It was someone was representing this brand, someone was representing that brand. So it felt like there was a brand clash and everything. Did it feel, were you approached at your brand like, yo, you need to step up, you need to represent, you need to, you can't just be the face of the brand and this is what we do and you can't even deliver. Was there ever a conversation like that?
It would be hard for a brand that approached you for delivering to tell you to deliver.
How do you mean?
The brand will give you the deal if they need you enough.
Like they've seen the value already. You're bringing
Like they approached you already for something that you are. They'll come and tell you to come and be that thing again. Bros, understand that brands think of profits a lot. If that's not the foundation of the thoughts. So for them to approach you, approaching is one thing. Agreeing is another thing, because they will send you stuff, you go back and say, no, I don't want this. For them to be able to take your rejection of terms in the contract, it means you're doing something right. We worry ourselves about what if it goes wrong too much as a people.
But we should worry,
Your philosophy, they work for you now.
Okay, I understand the whole not putting too much into what people think.
Yeah.
But what
artistry.
For artistry, but what legacy do you want? Like, do you want to leave? Like
artistic legacy.
Artistic legacy. Like, what do you want people to think back about Vector's projects, Vector's music, and say, oh, this is
how Vector made us feel.
This is how Vector, like in you personally.
I swear to Malam, I don't know.
So you don't have a legacy, like you're not thinking about that now.
No, see, what I'm doing is I'm being myself. I'm trying to teach myself that if you're honest with yourself enough.
But being yourself creates a legacy.
See, if you're honest with yourself, yes, because we're in an era where a lot of people are not themselves. So being yourself alone in this era and time is, oh my God,
you
like
guy
catch
somebody can make a legacy.
You can sit down and write.
Someone can leave a
No,
legacy.
but you can sit down.
But will it last?
She helped me with some. He said somebody can leave a legacy that's a lie. Right? He said, will it last? Michael Jackson is not white.
It's a life.
You can literally write 20 things down. I want this to be my legacy, and you accomplish zero.
I tell you, I believe say the way God they plan and different for how they plan our own. So I can sit down and say, I want to be the maddest. Bruh, don't worry yourself. But I've seen one thing for myself. Just teach what you know.
Be real with yourself.
Teach what you know. That's all. That whole say whether I want to when I die, you're a thief.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we put too much pressure on ourselves. Like when I first moved back, I was like, damn, I wanna be the biggest TV presenter, I wanna do this.
Because
I wanna do
now.
That's not a crime.
I was now looking at
I was not,
yeah, but then you now start comparing, you see this person doing this, you now be like, why am I not the one doing it? Why you should be focusing on other things.
But sometimes too, when
on bettering yourself.
I think the evil.
Sometimes too, when you come right and I say, listen, I want to be one of the baddest journalists in this country.
It's okay.
And I say, man, like I want to be like Piers Morgan. I want to be like, this guy. I want to be like Mike Awinfa.
Yeah, but then
these are grades that I'm mentioning their name. I want to play on that level.
And you start thinking so much that you don't even have time to actually do what you're supposed to do.
To add, right? Legacy doesn't automatically correlate with like superlatives. Like you can leave a legacy without being the most this or the best.
Yeah,
def.
So
I think for me, I'm just gauging like, okay, because Vector, from what we're seeing today, I perceive you as a good person, And I feel like people can learn from a lot of the things that you've said here, right?
today,
But if people don't know, like if your story is not being written in the universe, whether it's like through documentation or through, you know, just everyone knowing what it is you stood for, and you just leave the earth like that, like your legacy is not being preserved. And at the same time,
should I add something?
Yeah.
Let me add something.
Add something.
And I feel like in hip
Well,
hop,
you already
in
said
Naija-
something, Sha. So
Yeah, I
you
know.
already did.
Like in hip hop in Nigeria,
Yeah.
you know, like I feel why your name is usually not brought up in the conversation is because you've not had like an album that people really like is undisputed, right?
Okay.
That is
Has
undisputed.
Kelly
I feel
won a Grammy before?
he has one. I mean,
He has one now. Be
with
okay.
Celine Dion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
But they'll
hold
take
up.
it back, don't worry.
Does Wyclef have a Grammy?
I'm not
Does
sure.
50 have a Grammy?
He has
Does
one with Dr.
does
Dre, one.
does
Okay,
Biggie
so-
have your Grammy?
Biggie
Does
does not have a
okay,
Grammy.
so let's
Nas does not have a
see.
Grammy. Snoop
Bro,
still
let
have a
me be honest with you. See, I don't think Michael Jackson was learning the moonwalk so that the whole world will in the future know that he's the king of moonwalk.
No, he wasn't doing that.
All I'm saying is let artists be themselves and let the custodians of history be themselves. In philosophy, it's called the rectification of names. So you see, in honesty to what you do, look for true talent and be you. Put that word out there. The moment I am worried about the perception of the people and my legacy, how they will see it, I will start to falter in the
I understand
honesty
what
of
you're
my
saying.
art.
Yeah. You don't have to think about it though. Like
I-
you don't have to. You don't have.
But
you
I
don't
can
have
have
to
a
let it bother
manager who
you.
says, Vector is such a cerebral mind, though.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay, we are going
position him
to.
this way.
Let's craft this out.
And you tell me that Vector, so what? Just be yourself.
Yeah.
I think artists are never allowed to be themselves.
I agree with what you're saying. It's
To
not
a
like
large
I agree with
extent.
what you are saying in a way, in the sense that you shouldn't let that consume you.
Yes,
because you
but
should
I
be
know-
yourself. But
I know-
you should be the best version. Your best version of
Yes,
yourself
but
will always.
I know that.
What I'm trying
This
to
is
tell you
my
is
view.
we've not seen the best of you. That's all.
See, bros, catch cruise.
Yeah.
It's okay
Yeah.
that you feel you haven't seen the best of me.
Yeah.
Me, it get how they see myself. Does it matter?
Oh yeah.
It matter past your own.
yes.
So
yes,
you sit down, no, you sit down.
It's facts.
Yeah,
I
like
get.
what I'm trying to say here is how I see myself. Bro, say man, no lie, you person me no get. Person who don't find, no matter how much you pants and sign. And who
Say
don't
again?
who don't
No,
find,
I
don't
don't matter how
find.
you pants and son.
Who don't find, no matter no matter
Just
how much
let
pants
you
and
just
sign.
write that now. Write that down.
Yes, did you catch that?
I'm
Who
trying to
knows?
keep it
Okay,
one more time.
Who don't find,
Mm-hmm.
don't find. No matter how much you pants and
Sound,
sign.
sound.
Oh, sand.
Yeah.
Okay.
San,
Okay.
san.
And who
Sound.
wo
How
wo,
much makeup
eh?
you put
And who
on.
wo, no matter how many times he bath.
Yeah.
What's Wawa mean?
Well, one hour.
You
know, one hour.
Person no fine.
Person wey
Person
ugly.
wey no fine.
Where they reject you.
Where society say
No
no
You
fine.
fine.
No matter how much he bath,
You know, nothing. You know,
society
yeah.
will talk say
You
you no
still
fine.
not-
You still war.
The best way for you to, especially in Nigeria, stay on your truth.
They your beauty.
Be your own. Let people come and say, this thing that this guy is doing, sort of like how they asked me in interview, so do you think you're a freedom fighter? Or what do you call that thing? I say no.
Human rights
I'm just a man-
activist.
Yeah, human rights activist. Or do you ask you, I'm not fighting for the people, though. I'm fighting for myself. But if my fight makes sense, you'll join me now.
Def.
The get reason why all of you play the diss track now. Now because it makes sense with waiting the up. So I'm not interested in how people will see me or what. I'll just do me. The day I write a book, I'll write a book. You read the book. Not because if I sit and say I want to write the book, that will be the legacy. I'll lie.
No, that shouldn't be the goal. You should just be yourself. That's the truth. Yeah.
That's what you
But
need
the
artists
best
to be.
version-
I think
What
I'm
you
just
saying?
very, I'm very adamant about like building stories and like having evidence to show people like, okay, this is what somebody did with themselves. Or like if somebody
Documenting
calls
your
your name,
journey.
they'll say, okay, Steve was known for ABC. Moni was known for ABC. I was known for ABC,
Oh,
right?
so you put your hand in my mouth now. So let's go talk the truth now. Let all the impressed people too push the real thing and not the things that they're paying for or the things that are trending.
Are you journalist?
So
Are you
you
there?
can be ahead of that. Well, that's the thing. Since you said
You're a journalist. Ayo.
So yeah, you know what?
Tolani.
Of course, I pushed
Right
it.
about
I pushed
me.
it. I pushed the right
Technically,
thing.
I'm not a journalist anymore.
I
Of
pushed the right
the
thing.
both of us, your let me not say your job, but what I see you as right now in this office, in this space, is a journalist, right?
don't do that. No, I don't.
Paul Star Jess.
Okay, so what are you seated here
I'm not
as?
a journalist, a podcaster.
Okay, we're a podcaster, right?
So
Trying
what
to-
is podcasting?
It's a form of journalism, too.
Yeah, it is, but it's not as rigor.
Okay,
like,
so
it's not
let's
as
define it
rigid.
as whatever it is. So
Okay.
what is it that you do?
Okay, if we're talking in terms of like this, in terms of like what's happening right now, we
No, what
have a
you're doing
platform.
right now.
I know this platform,
Yes.
right? We reached out to you to come on and provide our listenership with stories that they're eager to know about, right?
Yes.
So I'm contributing to a platform that's giving you the space to tell people your story, however you want to say, or whatever your
Documenting
voice or
pop
your
culture.
thoughts or whatever.
But the key factor here is you're the element of documentation here.
Yes.
You are the origin of it.
Custodian.
Right? I don't work here. I will not put this out. I will not pick the funny things that I've said
Facts,
as
and
headlines.
use it.
Chris,
to-
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is you.
Video
Rectification of
team,
names.
take notes.
If you be pastor, in the true sense of pastor well. If you be husband
Husband
well.
well.
If you be sinner
Sinner.
well. Make you know, say you be sinner.
You be Ashana,
Right,
Ashan
okay.
well.
So if you're an artist well. If you're a podcaster, podcast well. If you're a journalist,
Number one podcast in
journal
Nigeria.
But
well.
all
Don't
of
get it
that stuff is
twisted.
subjective, right? Because last, everybody on the outside of you can write whatever they want. If you
I dey
Go
talk my
ahead.
mind, they write what they want to. They tell me say,
yeah, but
na
if
Nigeria you
you're,
dey o." Like here, this same pulse, I've come to do interview here, and I've seen her, and I'm like, and I've seen
Make it.
edits. I'm like,
First staff, what's happening?
What's happening? What's
What's
happening?
wrong?
Hey, what's going on?
okay, so let me ask you this.
I'm so happy to
What
involve.
is everybody in the house? What is my role as an artist in that situation?
You did your best. You came to
So
that interview.
all I will come here to do is my best. Whatever you guys choose to use this for, I'm sure your headline will have and Vector sheds
do you-
more light on.
would you
sorry.
would you do a documentary? Would you like?
I have a documentary called The New Africa that's about to be released.
Shit.
Oh, sorry,
Plug
wait,
that
wait,
plug.
Did you listen to the podcast? Just now.
I'll be honest, no. I only saw the ones that entered fight.
The bad ones.
What?
What?
Stock doesn't do headlines. There's no headlines. What you hear is
Yeah, I was
what
about
you
to say.
get.
If you see any headline,
There's
somebody
no-
has chopped
we
it
don't
up
do
somewhere.
Do you do taglines?
Lustock don't do headlines, but whatever you see with this video,
So just a podcast number 38.
Yes.
Like
Straight
nobody,
up.
we didn't
And
tell
we'll have
anybody
a
you
title.
came. Like nobody knows you're here.
Do you
They're
get what
gonna
I'm
know.
saying?
Fans
So-
are the
no
ones chopping.
headlines.
They'll chop whatever they want to chop.
yeah, we don't do
No,
headlines.
all the time.
see
What you
my
get.
point here. My point is everything you said is true.
So please,
You need to
hey,
be
Yeah,
guys,
nothing that
yourself.
he
You
says
need
is
to be
not-
yourself.
nobody do funny headline with this in a video.
You need to be yourself, right? And that's all you owe us, right? And I feel with the talent that you have, how dope you are. Like nobody can say Vector is not dope. Nobody has ever said that.
And we all know who
No. You can't.
I mean, we can't
Those
pay
kind of
attention.
conversation will be
Nobody
like,
can ever say that.
oh liar, oh, me whack.
The only thing, it
Fresh L
happens.
has said it.
For real?
Yup, and I addressed
Yeah, a
it.
lot of people think I'm whack.
Hello, what?
I'm not going to.
A
listen.
lot of musicians seem to think
Can you
I'm
take it
whack.
from
Who
the
said it?
angle?
Who said
Like
it?
Like,
everyone knows who
Yeah.
Vector is.
Wait, oh, sorry, hold on.
So listen. So I've not
He
had.
said it
I've
on
never
the
had.
internet,
I've
and
only
I
had.
addressed him about it in
I've only had
person.
a conversation with Fresh Air once. That means he doesn't listen to rap.
Wait, fresh.
It's simple. Like, it's not it's a conversation.
Fresh actually said
Wait, who
that.
fresh?
He
That?
Fresh Air said it.
Fresh.
when
Conversation
the not the pool was after the purge.
That's just how I claim.
Yeah, when that came out, he now made a tweet and he said, "Damn, and I really thought this nigga could rap." Obviously, everyone knew he was talking about Vector, so everybody started
Okay,
insulting
what he
him.
meant was that
Then
he didn't like that record. He said he thought the nigga can
Bro,
rap.
say,
Maybe he
say,
didn't like the
and
record.
this takes us back to what we said earlier. Let's be held accountable for what we say.
Exactly.
You are a man now. You go school now. You wear the tweets.
Let me tell you
To
one
type
thing.
English. You're
One
supposed to
thing-
know what you did.
Yeah, the one thing about Nigerians is when they say something online and you now take it off the internet and address it, they're so shocked. no, because I'm really that type
Yeah,
of
that's
nigga. If you say some shit about me
Yeah.
on the internet,
Back it up.
and I see you
Offline.
in person, you better repeat that.
Same energy.
No,
Same
dead
energy.
ass. And people have a problem. They're like, "Oh, I'm crazy. I'm defensive." No, if you talk shit about me, when you see, don't fucking talk to me. Like that's why that paper collier. I'm going to go back to that paper.
Oh, yeah, talk
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Talk your
going to
shit.
go back.
Talk your shit.
Talk your
we
shit,
didn't
Mo.
talk about it.
Talk
your
Because
shit,
as I
Mo,
was
said
saying it, they didn't understand like why I was so angry. And I'm like,
No,
okay,
understood.
is it because I'm American? Like I just feel like if you ride for somebody, like you need to ride all the way.
Yeah,
Like,
but you may be mistaken in the first premise of the argument.
okay.
Is he riding for me though?
Okay, so my first question.
Because we're on
When-
the track together doesn't mean
Okay,
he
no,
rides
my
for
first question. So when you made the purge, and he was on it. Was he aware?
She's in it already. No.
Was he aware that it was a diss track? Because the argument was
he dissed on the record.
This paper Collion, by the way.
Yes, because the argument was, maybe he didn't know that it was a diss track to MI. I was like, Vector's not gonna do that. Vector's not going to tell somebody to come and rap on the track, and then he won't tell you what the purpose of the track was.
Okay, I mean, see, this is one thing. I also don't. I know we all don't owe each other nothing.
No, I hate when people say that shit. If you're my fucking friend, you owe me loyalty.
You wait first. You
owe me loyalty.
Wait first.
See, man, giant day.
They do. Have you ever had a close friend that disappointed you?
Yeah, and I cut you off.
Now, but change the fact saying that your friend fuck you up now.
Yeah.
Meaning they don't owe you shit because you said we cut them off. You know, I'm shit. That's why you cut them off. Now let's be honest with ourselves. See, if you decide to be honest, I swear to God, life will be easy. So somebody is on a record with me and is on a record with someone else that seems like it's on a rival clique or whatever.
No, it wasn't it was the way like he was moving on social media.
See, bro, at the end of the day, your character, now only you the use and judge you. Who you are is only going to be described to you.
But did you see why I had a problem?
No, I can see why you have a problem with such an idea, but me, I didn't take it.
Okay, so he's not your guy like that. He was just somebody that you did a
No, yeah, we just like one of those. Get on the record, let's do this. You know what I mean?
Type of shit.
Yeah, it's
My last question.
But then I just feel like since he agreed to do that record, for him to now, when other you're now like.
Most should be the Italian mafia. Like, nigga, fuck off, you're out.
If that's how he felt that moment, I'll go enter and mind commodity thoughts. No. So let him be who he is. Like you don't.
My last question, how did you and Reminisce come back after the beef?
Alaga.
We're just men about it, I guess. I guess we met someone. At a point, it was becoming very turf.
Yeah.
We're very turf related.
I hear some.
Yeah.
Was physical?
Some gangland things.
Bro, I'm Lafayette G full.
To the cove.
And Reminisce is not a.
He's
not a Lekki person.
Makanaki.
He's Makanaki.
You didn't have to go hard on that.
Like, dude, guy, my father that didn't used to talk, they call him the king of boys. I don't know why the fuck they do that. Like but then he'd be that guy who would come and pick you when you're ill in the middle of the night, put you on his back and climb the stairs in the hospital. That's my father. Like, I am a son of the soil, if there's anything like that. Even if I've not gone to Ijebu in a while, the fact that I'm Teslim's kid, no worry yourself, I'm fine. So you need to be careful the type of fights you pick because where my...
I've heard stories about you rolling in deep.
You are this deep.
Are
you out there?
I heard stories about you pulling up a Civic Center one time, like gang, full squad.
A lot of times I move alone, but then again I move alone because I know my gang is.
I think there was an issue with there was some sort of.
Just say everything once.
It was the movie, the you and Shay. So I think like pre-production or post-production, I can't remember, something happened.
Oh yeah, somebody that chopped money and felt like he could run away. Was
They saw his teeth, bro.
You way you
They
did.
saw his teeth.
You way be thief. You can't see the corn hood. What do they do you now? You know what they put out for person there? What do they do you? In lawyer, they say, oh, this is assault. Now, then catch Balo hand, they want slap lawyer. What do they do you lawyer about? There's a person at TV, they come to say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But yeah, see, that's why I live my life straight. Because like all this shit, it can get ugly without me even saying, I don't know. And somebody said, he brought thugs. No, they're my friends. I grew up with them. So whatever they decide to do out of friendship, like, I don't have to know. So I keep my life straight and simple.
See,
don't
that's why
fuck
I don't
with
like
me.
paper calling
Don't
because
fuck with anything. See,
because you're my friend.
leave me as I say. All of you've heard that I roll deep. You know, find my trouble now.
You go find in trouble.
I mean, our paths don't cross, man.
No, you go find in trouble.
I'm not with the shit.
I see. I don't really smoke. I'm sorry. I asked you a direct question. I just said, will our paths cross? I'm saying, you've heard the way I roll. Would you get on the bad side?
Nah, definitely not.
See, so let's leave that.
You something not coming to pull up with you.
Dude, when we were shooting with Mavado in Miami, oh my Lord.
I wish I knew you when they slapped me in ATV. Would have called Lafayette Talks.
I know. You know what's funny is it's not just Lafayette Talks. Like for example, I have a cousin that is a lot of mischief in Shita. like because I speak English and I don't know say I actually come from Lagos Island.
I want to learn Pidgin.
Guy, I get video where we just do small fight happen, then sample person mama bottle.
The designer.
Like that's where I'm from,
Sample
and I cannot
person
undo that because
Right
I've
there,
seen it
sample
all my
person,
life.
bottle.
I got that.
Like, bros, my bigger cousin, he don't beat masquerade before.
Okay, that's the real shit.
So before all you motherfuckers
Say spirit not
knew, before you started to know that masquerade was just another human being, then no worry, self. Brother Femi to and I remember when to make a better. Yeah, my past send am egg. He can't carry egg. Wear slippers, they move. Now you go say, as if like a film, as egg just break. When a pa remember the kind mending we go collect for my parents. The first give the egun first.
If Russia there.
Say before them beat me, kill me for house, you first. He wants season uniform. No, and that's the funny because when I was in the hood and my girlfriend was there and masquerade just came and she did fret. It was a 5-year-old that said, they won't beat you now, don't worry. It was a 5-year-old. So I take my daughter every back and forth, like, come and see. I'll stand with me way Egun don't tell me say, Angeli don't query. I say, it's Egun show rap. You're supposed to be ancestor now. Which I be say, you they give me like, but that's my life.
Yeah.
So it's not about your hair rolling deep or anything. If it's not beef, let's not beef.
Yeah.
But if it's beef, understand that I'm a man of many
with the
people.
shit. Fully.
So even when I'm not there, I'm there.
I want the area.
Inside line.
I know that they don't collect Jimmy shoe before now. Jimmy hype man. when boys they gather, Jimmy still say one can save me. I see throw kick, they catch the leg, come on the shoe.
What balance?
I see,
Jimmy
but he's a rider though.
He just come on. No, I love Jimmy to death.
He's a
Like
rider.
he just come on the second and say,
I'm gonna take
They say, Ile Lawa now. I just say Jimmy.
Just freeze it.
The shirt I gave one guy, they ripped it in two. One took one half home, the other took another half home. Like Burner was saying, Victor, why must it just be Burner that has problem? Burner that is a very problematic man. Burner doesn't take rubbish. When I say you, why would they perform? Somebody came and he was trying to kiss my shoe. Then the bouncer floor, no worry yourself, that bouncer hear him. As he flings the guy, come on, no worry yourself. Should be you go house. Like. But it's not anything like I said, I'm not proud of that because that's coming from the hood. Most guys act reckless over there. Like I know people who feel going into Lagos Island and go and fight and go and kill somebody is rep. I know people come and say, why are you telling me this one now? You don't know say this same go and kill you. Like that's how I think, but then it doesn't change the fact that these are the people I grew up around. I just happen to be the educated guy.
Facts.
And my parents didn't want me to become a statistic. That's why. If not, no worry yourself.
It's our life.
All right, so let's talk about vibes before Tesla.
Yeah, the plug that plug.
EP.
When is the EP coming?
That's about to come. It was
because too many, like we're getting too many offers here, there, and the EP is about self-discovery.
okay.
So like everybody needs to become self-aware. So your biology is sending you to hell is the first track, and that's about like don't you know you that you're hating you're in a prison. Like you don't need to hate now. Like it's like you just press I don't like this guy. You're called the verse or your blood going guy hypertension narrating. No. Like we're trying to make guys like what will send you to hell is your biology. It's who you are. If you go to hell, you are going to go to hell by virtue or vice of who you are. Like, that's it. We have another record like Vector's Vibe, Women and Sex. Because, guy, guess what? Like we talked earlier now. The Bola game, that's me, I believe, say, man, we know if he making woman come. No, they fulfill God.
2 seconds, everything.
Okay.
Everything is supposed to boss.
That kind of 2 seconds. like it's so crazy that I thought about it myself. I said, wait, first, if when me I'm busting a nut, right, and after that it feels like energy has left my body, let's just say that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's just argue for the sake of argument that's a good thing. Why now let me they give you a good thing? You say must give me good thing back. No?
Yeah.
Tit for tat. Well, tit for mouth, but it's
Places on the road.
I feel that's how it should
like
be.
that.
I know you like it.
I like
You
that.
know.
All about it.
Yes, I'm trying to say, I go work hard. I go, you know, sir. And I invent my own style.
The Viper.
For real?
Talk your shit,
I don't
Viper.
have Viper. I have something called the seat belt.
Please, I mean, walk us through this.
No. Off the pod. Yeah, I want to talk about it off the pod.
Yeah, there's the seat belt and there's the Wakanda.
Oh
Hey,
my
God.
I
God.
was like,
I'm
guys,
to
we're just
Marvel.
like-
take it or leave it there. I'm that nigga was like, T'Challa.
So vibranium.
I'm going to make my ancestors
Let your
proud.
ancestors down.
Oh my God.
And you know that moment that Charlie was like, I am the Like, who are you telling? The nigga that's killing the monk out of you? Right. So I live in a different perspective in my head. That which works for me, that kind of like fits into, because guy, I know you can't live in Nigeria and not be able to be focused on your own shit and be yourself. So and accept it. I be a show, yes.
I like
So that's what the track is about.
No, women and sex, yes. It's about, if you see the visuals, guy, we shot that visuals in Yaba. We're also campaigning for there can be aesthetics in Nigeria. Shout out to TG Omori.
Yeah, shout out to that
Shout out
guy.
to Clarence Peters. Everybody who has done it. No shout out to all those people that used to shoot them sounds. So thanks to everybody.
I can code
No,
at
I'm
this.
kidding, bro.
Are you sure?
The fact that
Yeah, he was kidding.
no, of course now, because that's still Nigeria. Even though
I
now
know,
top
I'm
boss
kidding.
they stand for most of them, and the green screen was whack as well. Anyways,
That's
yeah.
the technology at that time.
Yeah, I mean,
Forget.
it's what it is.
Just forget.
I get it.
Shebi that Babadi get video where they inside helicopter with them shoot. Yeah, I'm the try now. Which of the all of now just stand in front of fine building, just a rap.
Or inside garden.
So there's women and sex. There is mind games. And mind games is coming from, guy, Nigeria is just a huge
Mindful.
mindfuck going on. Like they act like you shouldn't know what's right. Like
True.
in Nigeria, they act like, you know what's right? Why? Why should you know what's right? So where I'm tackling those things, but then with the artistry, back to what you're saying, if that is what you call legacy, then let that be that. But for me, I'm just expressing,
Yourself.
and I'll let you be the judge of that.
Facts.
Yeah, so that's all it is. So the EP is about that, and well, Comfort to David is on it. It's weird how we're making the music comfortable, and we make you comfortable, and it's weird because it says, what do we call this record? It's like comfort. And before we finished the record, the artwork was done. And when they were showing me the artwork, it dawned on me that shit, that's my mother's name.
Wow.
It's alive.
And I was going to tattoo her name. My mom doesn't like tattoos, by the way.
No, I don't
Then-
think anyone that likes
Yes,
it.
but I just tell my mom, say, you need to worry yourself. You see this body, you turn to sign now. So it's no, my heart now matter pass. Okay, so after my right comfort. Yes. And my daughter says, Daddy, you write my own. I don't worry, I write it. I don't want to write it yet, but I'll write it. Like, yeah. And we made that record, and it's all coming together. I said to Mastercraft, if you deal with truth, everything will work in your favor. Because when it doesn't work, you have understanding, and that's also gain. I don't live my life for anything else.
All right, VEC.
Wait, my last
Pa-
question.
no, no,
Wait,
no.
I got one more
No,
question.
you have to ask it in pidgin.
One question.
He must speak this. pidgin
Okay,
before
wait
I
You
do
have
it.
said pitching since now.
No, like
no,
chop,
you speak
like
your own shit in pidgin. I ain't got time.
Oh, yeah, the way you're speaking,
Okay.
you're speaking
Oh,
the
yeah,
Wait,
pitching.
no. Let her ask you a question.
My last question.
Use pitching.
Wait. Gazamba, eh?
Oh, yeah, use it.
By the way, that's the Gazamba.
That's the where's who's guys? Who?
Yes,
Yeah,
now.
this guy,
So there's a new slang now, Gazamba Monica, he fat like fool.
Oh my God.
That video will take a
The station that he dey beef you.
Can I ask my last
Oh, yeah, sorry.
question?
Okay.
Just
What is your skincare routine?
sex?
I don't have a skincare routine.
I knew he was gonna say that.
This is obvious.
No, I swear I do not have. Like, I don't
So why you guys
understand.
asking this question?
See, bro, scout shoes.
Because his
The
pores are
ultimate,
just
the ultimate skincare routine, na American weather.
Nah, my skin's been better since I'm.
No, when I go
Wait,
to
wait,
America, my
oh,
shit
yeah,
like-
kill yourself. Talk.
Since you did
Your
yours.
skin has been better since.
Say it in pidgin.
Whenever I go to America, my
Trying.
skin.
Talk about
Your
PG.
skin don't dey good since when?
Since I did.
Since you
Since
come
when they
Naija.
born you?
Since you
No.
come Naija.
Since you
Yes.
come Nigeria.
Since gone. Okay,
So what is this? Talk
No,
am.
he said
What
it.
if
I
So
yes.
now you dey tell me now. Wait, oh. So you dey tell me now say This fresh, you know, they went in the America.
She lying.
Fresh day.
Wait first, you be the suffer for there because you always wake up from Saudi for that epic thing.
Saudi
They
no
know they
need
Saudi.
the
Yes.
They really know the Saudi. Then they're on their way to Saudi.
Yeah.
Because say
You know,
they
pure like that. Yeah.
opportunity because bruh. Yeah.
This.
No worry yourself in America. This thing, they no be Nigeria. This son no did this body. This son they hammer this.
Them
boy.
son
No,
never
no,
beat
they-
am like that.
It's
Sunday
Ajah.
hammer
Ajah.
Okay,
Sunday,
BEC,
I didn't
it's
get
a
public
wrap. Let's
transport.
go home.
Son no dey
No,
beat
where's
am
gonna
like
drink
that.
now? Yes, now. So
Son
no
no dey
worry.
beat
My
just
skincare
like that.
routine is Yankee. When I go Yankee, my lips go pink. Everything I'll just fresh. I always say, as I enter Nigeria first, my lip first.
You don't dry.
Yeah, you guys see that the first layer of the skin don't dey burn because of the
Welcome to
sun.
Naija sef, no problem.
Are you
Yes,
ever
ma'am.
gonna grow a beard? I think you look nice with a beard.
If I can.
This is not-
Like,
this is
I
not-
wish.
Honesty, 100% honesty.
Wait, so you think say I feel be like this guy?
Nah.
And I know drum.
You don't know now. You've never tried it
Yeah,
before.
I swear to
If I did-
Malam, I know
Vector,
this now so it be since.
Vector,
Only-
if my baba dey cut my hair, if you dey here, I'll just do like this. Sorry. He knows.
Like me,
Like, see, I've not touched this thing. I've not touched this thing in
Ever.
20 years. Like, nobody. Touch what? Are you mad?
Yes,
You're struggling for it now.
but I don't say I can shave this whole shit now and to grow exactly the same. I think I was born to be like a Jafar or something because guy now only straight. I swear. So no beard gang over here.
All right, Vector, it's nice having
All right,
you.
that's all we have for you. It was an
Thank you
interesting,
for your time. Thank you very much.
sit,
That's
hang
the,
and now you people that have been shouting Vector. Now we've
You
got
seen him?
Vector.
Yeah.
Thank you for
They
coming.
didn't meet up with your expectations.
They enter.
It exceeded.
They go feel am.
Yeah, no bros. If you like me, it's cause.
Oh yeah, I forgot he don't care.
Now somebody tell me say, you know, say for this life, some men don't like toto.
Oh.
I say, eh?
Okay, on that note, it's time